All right, so we left off with you guys about to talk with this man, Lord Eldarius, in private. And yes, he is a ghost, and his family are ghosts.
Ghost family party!
All right. If I remember, we agreed that we were to help him like rescue his daughter or something.
It seems that's what he wants you to do, and he's gonna share more details about that with you, and that he
Right.
also knows about the musician.
Right. That was kind of like the deal. Like he would tell us more about the musician if we helped him, because the musician was supposed to help with his daughter and like didn't for some reason or could. Um, and I can't
I bel
remember. We haven't yet, but we were probably gonna like rest at his, even though it's such as it is, we were gonna rest at his mansion here.
Yes.
Hopefully won't be our final resting place.
Hopefully not.
All right, so he invites you into his study, and he simply
Alright.
waves the door open, and it opens.
All right.
And he
Creak.
invites you inside, and then from the far side of the room, he closes the doors.
I'll tentatively step in there, just kind of nervously looking around to make sure that, no guillotine or ghostly darts are gonna come shoot.
Okay. You don't think you see anything like that?
I head into the
I I dust off a seat and take it.
All right, you take it. He says that you guys can, if you want, to sit at your own. Uh, I guess you can chance. He says that you can chance sitting down upon the accoutrements I have here, but understand that I'm not exactly in a position to maintain.
Right.
So wait, Lord Eldarius, I forget if this was established last session, but he seems to be aware that he is incorporeal and
Maybe you should talk about that in character.
okay. Um, I guess I'll tell him. "S- Do you mean, are you aware of your condition?
He nods, and he says that I and I alone seem to be aware of my condition. Yes.
Do you have any reason as to why that might be?
He tells you that this this place, his home, Avon Vor, is
First.
something about this place in which we reside afflicts us with a curse. He says, none of the dead here seem to know that they're dead. And he says that every day that passes seems to be normal to them. And this this is both a gift and a burden. For I would not want anything to happen to trouble my family.
Have you ever spoken to anyone else about this before? What seemed to be their take on it? Did they become hostile or just dismissive?
He tells you that if that's yes, others can be made aware of what they are, but it always causes them to revert, or well, to become afflicted with a madness. They begin to act as their undead presence would suggest. And he looks sternly at you and he says that once again, I don't want any kind of trouble to befall my family.
I wave a hand to, reassure him, like, of course, I wouldn't. I have lots of experience in these matters. I know how to comport myself around those who are unaware of their condition. And I look towards the others to see,
Yeah.
Kudu
if they're taking
I
this on.
I tell him, I reassure you that we intend no harm or disruption of this place.
Lord Eldarius, if I may inquire, whom has taken your daughter captive, and what are they?
He sighs again, and for those of you who remember, it does seem like he's sighing out of personal frustration and
Uh-huh.
he says that no one has taken my daughter from me. It's unfortunately it's been my own doing that this has happened. If I could change if I could change things I would, but alas what's done is done. However, I do want to at least save her from uh, the damning of her. And he tells you that this this happened because I sought the man named Eric Zahn, this musician you were looking for. He too is a powerful leader who governs one of the other stolen cities of this place. I had heard that he had a reputation of circumventing many of Carcosa's worst degradations with his unique magical masterpieces, so I invited him here, and I beseeched him to restore my family to who we once were, and to take us from Carcosa.
Writing this
He
down.
accepted my invitation, and he wrote a masterpiece, and he tried, but he rubs his head. He warned me this untested masterpiece was was uh was dangerous. That it wasn't that something could go wrong. In my fervor, I demanded that he do what he can, and unfortunately, his masterpiece failed disastrously. My eldest daughter, Delmaria, was indeed made corporeal, but cursed with vampirism.
Yeah.
Delmaria is what he said.
Yeah, Delmaria.
Hey, I actually spelled that one right. That's
So
like the
you're a
second
ghost and
entire
she's a
campaign that
vampire?
I've spelled correctly.
Or is she a
What was that,
vampire
Secret?
ghost?
Good heavens.
Secret, what were you saying?
Is she a vampire ghost? She
He
also a
tells
ghost?
he tells you that she was ghostly like the rest of us, but she became corporeal. But in becoming corporeal, she was cursed with vampirism.
Mm-hmm.
He continues and says, in the wake of this chaos, I lost my temper, and I arranged for Eric to be cast into the dungeons of another noble a one Lord of Varric, whose estate and manor are in good repair.
Was Eric Zahn successfully thrown into said dungeon?
He says that he was taken, yes, at my behest. But you
And
see,
what
my
was
troubles didn't end there. For while I still had my daughter, her corporeality began to there were these disconnects between her and our incorporeal nature, and her physical state caused her to become distraught and confused, and she felt isolated. At the suggestion of Lord Avaric, I allowed her to enter into adult society, which is a euphemism here, you see, for simply living among the other vampires.
Is Lord of Varric a vampire?
He nods. And he says that these decisions I have made rashly, and if I could change them, I would. But again, it seems I have delivered my family into more torment than I want. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do myself. I am cursed still to linger here where my family resides. And I have just learned that there's a that Lord of Varric intends to have a party tonight, and this is the cause for so much of my concern. For you see, tonight is the night of the bleeding moon.
All right, and I'm sure that's significant in some way, but I've never heard of it.
Indeed. No doubt you've noticed the twin suns of this.
Yeah.
The moon of Carcosa is equally as strange. For one night every month, a milky, pale white substance seems to bleed off of. And
How
on
long
this
has that been
night,
going on?
oh, he says for eternity, as long as he's lived this cursed existence. And he says every once a month, when the bleeding moon shows, that the curse afflicting Avon Vor lifts. It is a night where those who are living seek shelter and hide from the dead, who finally realize what they are.
So it's like the purge.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh god. Father Reinhardt is definitely like growing paler and paler as the more and more of this is revealed.
He continues and says that this night is sure to become a bacchanalia ripe with violence against both body and soul, and I fear for my daughters.
You fear that they will give in to the vampiric nature of themselves and join the other undead.
He almost like wants to twist away when you say that, and he puts his like ghostly arm like in front of his eyes, and he kind of weeps into it. And I'll do anything, anything to spare my daughter this fate.
We will do the best that we can. Vampirism is a very, very tricky thing. Oh dear. He wipes his However, I do think that we may have the tools necessary to do what we must. But if there's any other information that you think that we should know, no matter how small, it can make the greatest of differences.
Well, he tells you that this musician you seek, I haven't heard anything to the contrary, but I believe he is still jailed with Lord of.
Right.
If you go there, you will find him. But I implore you to please save my daughter and bring her back here.
If we rescue this Eric Zahn, do you think that he would be, or could be, convinced to assist us in rescuing your daughter? Is there any unique skills that he could uh, bring to this?
Perhaps could he fix this masterpiece? Could he uh, improve it?
He says I don't know if he can reverse what has been done, but I know that he can help you. He knows more about this world than I do, and while I know about Avon Vor, he knows more about the other cities.
No, it sounds like we're going there regardless. Then I'll do whatever I can for you.
Thank you. And he says that if you can do this for him, that he'll do whatever it is you ask within his power to repay. I cannot force Eric Zahn to help you, but perhaps he'll repay your kindness as well for saving him. And I
can
have
only
an
hope.
apology for him as well. He tells you that before Delmaria left, she did leave an invitation here. It was mostly superfluous, but formal nonetheless. It should get you into the. It should get you into the party.
All right. And you said this is later tonight.
This is yes. He says that, and at the stroke of midnight, that every cursed undead citizen of Avon Vor will become aware of what they are.
Right. So be aware of the time while we're there.
If you could please return her to me before that. If afterwards you may have to restrain her.
That may be difficult.
But he
But
does say, I do
vampires are
have
immune to
something to help
ropes.
you, as you ask. He telekinesis like opens up a cupboard and he levitates something to you. And it's like a little wooden armadillo. And he says, back when we were normal and living, um, my favorite thing to do for my daughter was to animate small toys of hers. And this one here was her favorite.
Perhaps it will be useful then to remind her of what she left behind.
That's my hope, that she'll find it reasonable to come back and tell her that her father misses her very much.
All right. Well, I'll grab it, I guess.
Okay, yeah, he lets you have it. Nope, it's a little tiny. It's a clockwork armadillo. So it's like got little gears and stuff in it.
No, okay. I mean, it's probably small enough that you could probably like make it move around with prestidigitation.
Simple things like that can animate it. But he asks if there's anything else that you want to know.
Besides vampires, what other sort of attendance to this macabre soiree can we expect?
He tells you that there will be living among the dead. That he imagines most of them will be in more of a servitor role.
Are they aware of the danger as well?
He says that the living here don't suffer under the same curse, but they do suffer under a curse of knowing that once a month that their lives are in.
So yes, then they do. They are aware of the danger.
I know not what other or if any other kind of undead will be there, but ghosts like myself and vampires are not the only uh, undead citizens of Avon.
Yes, we've seen a few others already on their way here.
Is there
However, if
any,
you can, yes, what was that?
I was going to ask, is there any shops or places where we can purchase things such as silver dust or diamond dust?
He sighs and he says, "I'm afraid I don't think there is any of that here. Many of the shopkeepers are undead themselves, and they
Hmm,
likely haven't stocked their shelves in
very well.
There are foods and things that are grown for the dead, but it's only because they believe they need it.
Hmm. Well, I suppose we can at least eat something.
He does say to be careful of what you do ingest.
Actually, I do have a spell that I haven't used yet that can feed us all and give us enough time to give ourselves a boon before we set.
Nice. That'd
Well,
be good.
anything you can do to blend in would be best. Remember, if you can do this and rescue my daughter before midnight, then I don't foresee much trouble.
Hmm. All right, I suppose we'll convene together and figure out a plan. Thank you, Lord Eldarius. I don't believe I have any more questions.
He levitates a letter towards you guys and says that that is the party letter that my daughter received, and that should be your entry into the man.
Did he suggest that we disguise ourselves as undead or say
He
something?
just says to he doesn't suggest to go as undead. He says
Blend in.
just go, yeah, blending in as if you were attending a
Oh shit, time for a montage of changing outfit.
He
Fortunately for
says that if you
me,
absolutely need some, he has musty old clothing, but it doesn't look, it doesn't look very good right now, but it might be enough to keep up appearances to the delusion.
I mean, it was perhaps something that's a little bit of magic could fixed up as well. Yeah. Luckily, I have that armor that one of the things it has is I can putting it on and taking it off only is a standard action because of the weird magic plate mail that I have.
Yeah,
So
there you
that's
go.
useful. At least I can go without. I don't have to necessarily be wearing it. I can, and if I need to put it on, I can get it on really easily.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, like it's disguising spells would work too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like somebody has disguise other, disguise self. I'm not sure if that's on the cleric spell list or not. I don't think it's on the magus spell list, but
I guess pretty much the best we can do is just look like we fit in, and then hopefully, nobody asks us any pressing questions.
Yep. And he says that you can rest here in his manor. He'll set you up in a guest room and inform his family that you're not to be disturbed. And finally, he does tell you that he can't provide you with directions to Vark's manor, being that he can't stray very far from his own estate, so he doesn't exactly know where it is, but he does know how you can locate.
all
All
right.
right, well, that's something.
It's a bit of a janky way to approach it, but he does say that there will be a coach uh, going through town picking up other nobles, and that he knows that this coach is itself an undead creature.
Huh.
All right. That's
Um,
a little unsettling.
he says that the coach is incorporeal and it needs any passengers to also be incorporeal too. So if you approach it, it likely will sense that you're living and not able to, and it won't be able to transport you. So it might attack you, but if you attack it back and get it to flee, it'll likely go back to Avaric's manor. That way you can follow it.
Couldn't we also perhaps just avoid it noticing us and just follow it? It will eventually make its way there itself anyway, after it's picked up passengers.
He nods and says that yes, you could do that, although that is the slow way. And time is of the essence.
All right.
When you are prepared to follow it, whenever it is, just know that the coach does move quickly.
Well, I have a spell that can make sure that we travel swift as the wind. I could have that for ourselves.
Alright, so prepare spells, mostly spells that are useful against undead, although probably don't overcommit, because usually in this sort of setup, what they'll do is they'll be like, her, just kidding. Now you get to fight this thing that's decidedly not undead.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
my spell loadout is I think pretty good right now.
So,
But yeah, until then, you guys rest.
Yeah, before we do rest, like if we have enough time, I think maybe I'll cast Hero's Feast just as like a last thing. That way we
Sure.
got some boons on ourselves, and so we can right before we head on out.
Yeah, you can do that. So do what you guys need to prepare, and then let me know what
All
you
right.
guys do.
so Hero's Feast, It's gonna give us some temporary hit points.
Yeah, and it'll last for 12 hours. I'm casting it before we begin our rest.
Okay, so we'll have it. Hopefully, we'll have it throughout the party, basically.
Right. I got some Ghostbane dirges prepared.
1d8 plus 10 temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just roll those.
Yeah.
Do we each roll for our own hit points, or how does that work?
I think so.
Okay. So I will get
If that's how you want to do it, yeah. Just let me know, and then
13 hit
if you guys are doing
points.
individual, that's fine. If you guys want to do all one roll, then that's fine too. Just
Okay, what are we
that way
rolling
there's
for?
consistency. The spell Hero's Feast is going to give you
Oh.
all temporary HP.
That's a 1d10.
1d8 plus 10. Or it's probably less than 10, actually, isn't it? It's 1d8 plus 1. Oh, maybe not. 1 per 2 caster. Okay, no, it probably is less than 10 because that's at caster level 20. It's per 2 caster levels. So it's 1d8 plus 7.
7.
Okay, so I don't get 12, I get 9. Okay. Nine temporary hit points. All right.
You get 10. I get 9. You rolled a 13.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong number. The chat moved on me. All right. 10 Hero's Feast hit points. And then it also gives you a morale bonus to attack, which won't stack with heroism because that's also morale, but counts as a remove disease or neutralize poison. I don't think any of us are diseased at the moment, though.
No.
And a morale bonus against poison and fear effects. That could be useful. Okay, cool. And then the stuff that I'm going to prepare. I'm going to prepare a couple force swords because we might fight some incorporeal stuff. I normally always have one prepared, but I think I'm going to prepare a second one this time.
I mean, it's a fairly safe bet. I think this whole adventure path has kind of prepared you to fight certain things fairly.
Yeah. No, I've gotten a lot of mileage out of force sword having that prepared.
I think there was only one encounter you guys skipped that was like really out there.
And we skipped it. Was it one that we like had some warning on it? We're like, no, let's not do that. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Kind of. It didn't exactly warn you about a thing. It was more like here's an option to go here, and you guys were like, no, we're not.
Okay, this spell is probably not very good.
Yeah, Father Reinhardt, he's definitely preparing some stuff for undead and just preparing for. But I think I'm ready to go when everyone else is.
Yeah, I think not a lot I can prepare to do, so I'm ready.
I think the only encounter actually that's kind of like off and weird was the angels from book
Oh, fighting the
because
Archons.
that is a fight as the book goes by it, but since it was like later in the session and I kind of wanted us to get to 6, and since you guys had defeated the big thing by the end, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I could make them fight the angels, but they already fought the most deadly thing here, so I'm not really gonna go throw the chump encounter at them to waste time. So I was like, I'll just like I'll just hodgepodge like a reason why they don't have to fight the angels.
Yeah, it felt pretty natural to me. So, oh, this probably is not something I necessarily need either.
But yeah, you guys never fought the one thing
Oh, I know.
at the
I
bottom.
know what thing you're talking.
The thing that was talking to you guys.
Yeah, we never fought that
Yeah.
thing either.
We also
Yeah,
kind of
let's-
ignored the tentacle monster in the dream world once it like killed like two
Oh
of us.
yeah, that
We
thing.
never went back into that room.
That thing was a little strange. It was an ooze. It was
Yeah,
a really
and we were just like,
intelligent one.
nope.
I think even later we talked about it, we're like, we probably could beat that thing now. But then we're like, yeah, but let's not find out. It's
Yeah.
because we came back through there so many times that like by the time I'm sure by the end of it we would have been fine.
All right. So, do you guys have any questions, or what do you do?
Let's see. We got the armadillo clockwork thing, and Lord Eldarius basically told us, if we show that to her, it'll. Is that correct, or someone refresh my memory?
The armadillo thing will hopefully remind her about like the life she left behind.
Okay, we'll have to make sure that we try to show that to her, like either at a critical juncture or someplace where she's isolated. Because if she tries to do that near, like, presumably whomever her master is, he'll be like, "No, don't listen to them. They're dick."
Yeah. Okay, if I want, I could use some arcane pool points to use knowledge pool, and I could pick up some spells that way too. If there's anything that don't have actually in my spell book that might be useful. Don't like doing that though because Magus Arcane Pool, I already dip a lot into
Yeah.
that. So
I guess Grim Seekers. Anything you two do, or are you mostly ready and wait?
I'm ready. I've been kind of preparing spells as we've been talking to this guy. No, we're gonna be resting.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm just laying down because I'm tired.
I prepared a spell that I haven't used in a long time, but I was using pretty heavily in the beginning. Couple
Okay.
bone shatters and bone shaker.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna basically roll it over and say you guys probably rest here about noonish. So let's see. I actually need to look up and see what time you guys do arrive, or what time this kind of starts. I guess I'll say you guys rest at you guys rest until 8 p.m. and we'll pick it up here.
all right.
So it is 4 hours to midnight. How do you want to Yeah. What do you guys do to get to the?
Fly? Can we? Should we?
Yes.
You can fly, but
We
I
don't
guess
actually
how are
know.
you going to get your directions?
Right, we don't actually know where it is,
Uh,
so
I can cast
And he doesn't know?
find the.
Okay.
yeah, we could try just doing that. His recommendation was that we fight the carriage, which, I mean, I guess we could do that. But yeah, I mean, find the path might work too.
Yeah, because like Lord Elvarix, Lord Eldarius, I guess I'll ask him, for the specific name of Lord Elvarix, uh, if it has one.
Well, he says if you're using divination magic, you could just try to look for a Lord of. He should be there.
Well, the spell that I'm using requires that I know a location rather than a person.
Okay. Well, he gives you, I guess, a name for his manor.
Okay.
Although, just saying Lord of Arc's manor would be fine too.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I had
That's a
been able
specific
to,
location.
yeah. Okay, then that's what yeah, I'll do, and I'll cast Find the Path.
Okay.
Oh. Let's see, did I guess I'll ask Cormac if he had prepared what was it, Windwalk? Yeah.
I can um can say that.
Okay. I guess like either yourself or I can do that. I have a little bit less spells than a normal cleric. So I mean, if you feel like you can spare a 6th level spell slot for Windwalk, that'd be awesome. But if you're unable to,
No, I can. It's fine.
okay, thank you. Oh yeah, and I'll put on some clothes that Lord Eldarius offered to make it look like I am a party ghost.
Okay. Well, you get some musty and dusty clothes that might have some moth holes in it.
Just like grandma's.
Yeah, he does give them to you.
All right.
And if anybody else needs fancy furnishings, he can provide that.
I was trying to remember if we already had any or not, but I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
do.
so.
We
Oh,
do
we do?
because of that one undead party that we went to. But that might have been in the dream world. That like dream world party place that we went to. But
Yeah,
that
the
I'm
only
pretty sure
the
that's
only other
dream
time
world.
I
So
remember getting like we might have got I think we might have got some nice clothes when we went to the Knoll Princess's house for like that dinner. But even then, I don't
Cormac
know.
will
I'll
put
probably
I've
just
been
take
on
to
the
some
clothes.
strange
some of the
places.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Cormac will put on some of the clothes, but he's gonna like try to force them over his full plate.
Cormac, did
He
you say
might
that
he
you?
he might like just take like a big overcoat like type of thing if it like or like a something like that.
Yeah.
What were you
I was gonna ask if Cormac had the bracelets needed for a sacred bond.
Oh, he does. He has one set.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, like Father Reinhardt, he'll ask if he can have them so that he could cast them on himself and Finger
Yeah,
when the time
Cormac will
comes.
hand you the bracelets.
Thanks you and offers one to Fingram.
All right.
Whenever
I honestly
there's
think Fingram has one already, because I think he was the one that cast it on, so he might have already just has it. But it was kind of been a super long time since I've cast.
I think I do actually.
all right, well, we'll say that you have it and I have it then.
Hmm.
I would have offered it to a Kudu, but she frequently is at a distance, so I don't think
Yeah.
she needs it. As
No, I'm good.
yeah, Father Reiner would, turn to you and say, "No offense." All
She
right, and then we
shrugs.
got that. All right, and after that happens, he's going to cast Sacred Bond, and he's going to use his Metamagic Rod to extend the spell to double the
Okay.
just in case.
All right.
All right. He's going to then cast Find the Path with the destination being the man.
All right.
If we're doing that, do we need Windwalk? Because we're usually going to use Windwalk to follow the wagon, but if we're just going to go straight there, do we need?
Well, the wagon will attack us if we approach it, and if we are on the road, there's a chance that we might encounter it. So it might be in our best interest to go as the undead crow flies to potentially avoid alerting the castle to our
Actually,
presence.
after reading Find the Path, I don't think you can use it to find a residence. It says a prominent specified destination, such as a city, keep, lake, or dungeon, and I think that's too small.
Would Lord Elvaric's dungeon work?
Provided he has one.
I
Well,
mean, he's got
that's
the musician kept in a dungeon, presumably.
unless it means dungeon as in like a large ruin or something
Right. I
more
think
in
it
the
means
D&D.
the D&D dungeon. I think. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I know Find the Path is a moderately powerful spell, but
Mm-hmm.
I think this is too small.
okay. Well, how about this? What if we all that I'm, asking everybody here, what if we use the Windwalk spell to kind of like hover in the sky, kind of like out of the carriage's eye line and just follow it back to the camp?
Right. We talked about that earlier, and
That's
the
right. It might take too
sole
long.
that was the sole argument against it that that we got was that that might take a while.
Well, I suppose if speed is necessary, then
Do you have
perhaps we
discern
need.
location on prepared?
I do, but that only informs me as to where they are, not how to get. I think. What's the GM's ruling on that?
I mean,
Well,
it's
it
also
says that it reveals the name of the creature or object's location, which I mean, I think would basically tell you how to find it, or at least where to go, or the
Okay.
direction.
yeah, and that's like a
Mm-hmm.
level 8 spell.
That is a level 8 spell.
Yeah, it's like if you're willing to use a level 8 spell to sidestep the encounter against the chariot, that's probably a
Yeah.
fair trade-off.
Yeah. I'm just hesitant to do it just in case there's like some sort of MacGuffin or a person of interest that we are trying to locate, such as the musician or the daughter. So
Right, that
I
you might
think
need it later.
so. Yeah, I'll ask everyone if they're okay
It's up to you.
with. How do you feel about fighting this beast? And making it flee back to the manor. I'm starting to think that that may be the best course.
Cormac said that's always the best course.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're asking like the cleric of Gorham, hey, should we fight this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
very well. I suppose that we've had enough dawdling.
Cormac will cast a wind walk on everybody though.
Okay.
Right. If we're going to fight it, then I'll put my armor on. And yeah, it takes like no time at all because it's crazy magic armor. Pulls it out, and all the plates like assemble themselves over covering up his body in like an instant. And he
Yep.
said it's a incorporeal chariot too. So
Yeah, he told you that it
Yeah.
is incorporeal itself.
yeah,
So
And you
we
will
just need to
need
get
it.
it to flee.
Yeah, you just need to get it to run off, which means that you can't banish it or whatever. You don't want to render it unable to.
Yeah.
well, I mean it's not extra planar, or maybe it is, but I don't think it's extra planar, so I don't think I'd be
But
doing that.
we also can't like
Or
finish
anything
it
else
off
that
type
like
of thing.
yeah, anything that would exercise a ghost or something basically complete because you
Sure.
still need it there.
But if I hit with chill touch, that might work because that just causes it to panic and flee anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're able to, burn a low level spell like that to make it run off,
I
that'd
mean,
be
it's pretty
awesome.
unlikely because it's a DC 18 will save, so it'll probably make it. But I mean, I can hit it with multiple times with it and make that save like repeatedly, multiple
Yeah.
times in a round even. So there's a chance I can do it with that.
And maybe I could try to scare it off too, like I did those shades if necessary.
Yeah. So we have some ways to maybe make it run without having to actually like damage it even.
All right.
Wait, you can fear ghosts?
Sure.
Yeah.
With the right
I-
magics.
Well, didn't you fear ghosts too, Drew, with that one spell? I don't know what level it was.
I
Or
turned
the
undead.
shadows.
Yeah,
I channeled.
he has the thing that lets him channel to turn undead instead of damaging them.
I made like 5 of those things run away.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. I
Maybe,
was like, this is my moment.
yeah, maybe that can work too.
Yeah. If needed. Yeah. We have
Yeah.
we have several items in our repertoire that we can use.
All right.
And then I guess we'll proceed.
Okay.
Cormac
guys
casts his normal
Go through the
buffs,
city
freedom
to
of
find
movement.
the death coach. I'm going to grid this map real quick.
Alrighty.
I've
Yeah,
gotten better at gridding maps in Roll20. Like making them line up. Part of it too, though, is I've been using maps that don't have grids. Like I don't have to line up with a grid already built into the map. That
Oh
helps a
god,
lot.
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Just find ones that don't already have pre-existing grids, and then you just line it up with the edge of the map. But I've gotten better at making them like line up nicely with the doors and such like that, things like that, which is kind of nice.
All right. So we're just going to use this right now for the city interior, a few houses.
Yep.
But it doesn't take long to find this thing, as it is fast, just like he said. And you see it coming down. Let me move this house. There we go.
Oh god, the houses are moving.
They're mimics.
You see
House
the
mimic.
Shit, a mimic
you
house.
see the
I'm out of
coach.
here.
No, is it
Oh,
is
like
it
a
shining,
mimic that's as big as a house would be awesome.
Yeah, like screw that.
or
Bye!
does it have chicken legs?
That's a mimic that has like way more hit dice than the normal.
Yeah.
That's a huge mimic at least, or a gargantuan
That's
one.
like the thing. So he talks about you make like a dungeon where the whole dungeon is a mimic and you're inside of
Yeah.
it.
Someone else was giving me a good idea too for mimics, because I don't use any mimics in my games and I really want. It's just a monster that people use way too much meta knowledge for.
We fought one that was disguised as like a folding curtain. It was just like really random. It was in an AP too.
I think we've ran into one before where it was like a table. The mimic was a table, and we were sitting
Yeah.
down for like dinner or something on it, and fucking like almost ate like one of our characters.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, you hear the galloping and the whip cracking of the it's coming down this way. What do you guys do?
I cast Force Sword
Okay.
and Heroism. I probably would have cast Heroism a little bit earlier because that's really it already has like a 2-hour
Does
duration.
anybody else do anything? You can kind of consider
Oh.
this like a whatchamacallit, a kind of like a surprise.
I'll use my wand of hide from undead and cast it on my.
I use
Okay.
I'll cast a spell Shield of Faith on myself.
Heroism and Force Sword. And I guess I'll cast See Invisibility as well, because that, like I said, it lasts for like 2.5 hours anyway. Alright. Yep.
Okay. Secret. Did you want to do anything prep in a surprise round while this thing is coming down the?
Well, I mean, we don't want to kill it, right? And that's what I do.
You don't want to kill it,
Well,
but you do want to get it to run away. So that means
Yeah, if you-
injuring.
Damaging is probably the best way to get it to run away. There's just a chance I might be able to do a chill touch if it fails a will save or something, but usually with things like this, when it's like a single large thing, they're gonna have good saves. So
Can
I'm not
I-
expecting it to work.
Can I try to identify it as it approaches so that I can determine whether or not, like, if Secret nukes it, if it'll be able to take it or not?
Yeah, I'll let you do that on your turn once we roll initiative.
Okay. And I'll let Secret, I'll let Kudu know that, like, I'll try to identify it and then let us know what the best plan is.
Then I'm prepared to gather power and blast.
Okay. Yep, you can do that. All right. It comes careening down the way, and once it gets within a certain distance of you guys, it stops. And the person, quote unquote, who appears to be driving the thing, looks over towards and shakes their head, saying, "No, no, no, this won't do. You're not ready for the party." And the ghostly blue flames of the coach kind of start to spring to life as it becomes less of a separated like series of things and more like one ghostly creature. So go ahead and roll me initiatives.
Yes, there's my classic initiative roll. I was like, I'm gonna roll super low. I
Reroll.
should have called my shot.
Reroll. Cormac's gonna give his season initiative to finger him because he's hoping
okay.
his spell will kick.
All right.
Hey, there
there
we
you
go.
Cool.
I didn't have my person clicked. Why is it? I always
he's still.
I have it clicked. I have it clicked forever, and then it I think it's because we changed maps, and I forget to re-click it.
We
It's
didn't
like,
change maps this time though.
I don't know, because I had it clicked earlier because I plugged in the temporary HP
Yeah.
on like the side, the blue side, so I had it clicked earlier. I don't know what happened. So could you add me to initiative tracker, Matt, and
Sure.
I'll plug it in.
There you go. And I just need, let's see, I gotta add Carl Reinhardt manually. There you go. And you can do your
Father.
initiative.
Oh. Oh, did you want me to roll it again? Or...
No, you don't have to roll it again. You just put in your initiative there where the 0 is.
Oh, I can do it.
Damn, I think it has a high initiative bonus.
It does. It's fast. Okay, so it's first. It moves up over here. The whole thing galloping towards you. And I need...
Yep.
I need Kudu, Drench, Cormac, and Reinhardt to give me will save.
All right, you guys get a +1 to that for the moral.
Actually, technically, Fingrim is also within 30 feet, so Fingrim too. So
Wow. So 18.
Is it a fear effect?
I believe this counts as a fear effect.
So yeah, we get a +4
this
morale
aura.
bonus versus fear actually from Hero's Feast.
Sweet.
Okay, so
Yeah, this is emotion, fear, and
21.
mind affecting.
Okay, well one
21
auto
then.
fails, I think anyway though.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, foo.
Okay, so +12, but I also get a +4 from the, so it's overall gonna be a +16. Oh, not a D2, a D20.
See, even if I did Iron Will, like took Iron Will feat, I still fell will saves. Like there's, I have like
Yeah.
one of the highest will saves, and I always
That's-
fell for some reason.
Yeah.
That's why you need improved iron.
I had my Bard in Mantis's game in the last campaign. I had like I even had that feat where if you rolled a 1 on a save, you could re-roll it, and I had like all these absurd things to make my all 3 of my saving throws like really good, and I just roll like a 2. Like I wouldn't even get the re-roll. Just be like, yep. Oh my gosh, the double 1s. You're gonna re-roll it though.
Oh yeah, with iron will.
Yeah. You got the
What
approved
sucks is
Iron
that I
Will.
probably would have even saved, even with the one.
If one wasn't auto fail, yeah.
Yeah.
So, or yeah, you're re-rolling it. Okay.
That's better.
Okay, so then Cormac and Drench, you are shaken from this coach's palpable aura of doom.
Okay.
Now it's going to it's going to use a spell-like ability, a quickened one. And I need everyone to give me another will save. And this is again fear, mind effect.
It's a little bit lower, and this one might be the more important save.
Okay, 29, 42, 33, good.
I think mine's actually 28. Sorry.
28, okay. Thank
I just
you. 28,
noticed
42.
I was
If
stacking
that's a
2
fear,
2 morale
if
bonuses.
that's a fear, I'd get 37.
Ooh,
total.
Drench with a natural 20.
Way to go, Drench.
Yeah.
37 total for mine because I didn't add in
You
the
did the
4.
30, nice. Okay, so you all resist the panicked effect of fear but everyone who saves is still shaken for 1 round.
Okay.
All right.
1 round.
How long was I shaking for the first one?
You're shaken as long as you're close to it for that one, for the Aura of
Okay.
Doom.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that was a swift action for it, because it was a quickened one. Now comes the other one. So we're going to Kudu's the closest. So the person driving the coach reaches their hand out to Kudu, telling you, "Madam, it's time to go. We can't be late. And I need Kudu to give me a will save."
Is this
As a horrific vision starts to manifest before you as they stretch their arms toward.
Was
Oh,
this
okay. I know
fear
what...
based?
This is also fear.
Okay,
Yeah, this sounds
Hooray
like
for
Phantasmal
heroes.
Killer.
I'm fine.
Okay, give me a fortitude save.
Ugh, I'm fine. Do I
Yeah,
get the
see?
bonus for that one as well, the fortitude? Or no?
Typically, it's all fear mind affecting, so yes, if you have something that applies to that for fortitude,
The hero's feast, right?
I believe so. That's all your saves.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You don't even take any damage, I think.
I think the will save, it's like Phantasmal Killer negates it entirely, actually. Although it could
Oh,
be
does it?
something... If it's Phantasmal Killer.
Oh, you're right. So yeah, she didn't even need the fortitude save anyway.
I was
Okay,
just
yeah.
guessing. It sounded like Phantasmal Killer
You're
from
good.
how you described it.
This is a good first round. All right, Finger.
Alright. This thing probably has reach, so I might end up taking a shot when I move into it. But... Oh, no, you know what? I don't have to. I can use my prehensile hair to try to deliver it. We'll do that. So... I do have a Force Sword out, but I'm not going to use it this round. I'm going to cast Chill Touch. And then for this round, I'm going to move up here next to Reinhard. Is that going to work? It's hard to read this map. I can move one further. Okay, so I'm going to move 20 feet up. Single move action. And I'm going to deliver Chill Touch to... I'm going to attempt to deliver it as a touch spell against this thing. Like, I'm not going to do it as with Spell Strike.
Okay. You said you moved from like right here, right? No, from right here. Okay. So that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Really? Okay. Has
Yep.
extra
It
long range.
has 15
Oh, I
feet
guess
of
it is.
reach.
I guess I couldn't see it on the map, but it actually is huge, not
Yeah, it's huge.
large. Okay. Now I can see the map a little better because you made the grid stand out a little more. Okay, well, I still
Yeah.
would have had to do that anyway. Alright, well, it's probably going to hit me. My touch AC is not
Well,
great.
maybe it won't. Let's hope it does.
Don't worry, you got big bonuses to fear effects, which
Oh, hey,
seems to
does a
be its
25
bag.
hit your touch?
Yes.
Okay.
That's like the thing. A lot of my armor... I'm not a dex-based magus, so a lot of my armor is actually armor.
Same here.
Give me a fortitude save, Fingrim.
Oh, fortitude save. Okay.
Mhm.
Is it a poison?
It's not poison.
Yeah, I have that hero's
Darn.
feast or heroism, but I have I also have shaken, so they're kind of canceling each other out. So yeah, it's
Ugh.
probably gonna fail.
Oh, ouch. Okay, so
Like a negative level.
no.
Like those drain.
So, oh no, it's worse. So instead of doing it 17d6 points of damage of negative energy,
Uh-huh.
it attempts to collect your soul.
Oh, okay.
Yikes!
You take 160 points of damage as if
Yep.
affected by Finger of Death.
Oh,
So I'm dead then.
Oh no.
not if I have anything to say about it.
What is? Do you do anything, Reinhardt?
Well, I can't do anything this turn.
How
Well, I
much
mean,
was it?
I can't do
170,
anything
you
on its
said?
turn.
160.
160. Okay. So, but I get 10 of that back because I had 10 hit points. So yeah, I'm at negative 34. It's no big deal.
Okay.
Just dead. All right. Well, I guess I don't deliver my chill touch. So
I guess not.
Dead
Uh,
nasty.
Yep, the blue flames, they reach out and touch Fingrim, and it's actually happens very quickly. They reach out, touch him, his body falls, and his soul like steps up into the coach. And yeah, is in the coach now. There's a ghostly Fingrim inside of the
is it a death
Kudu.
effect?
Yes, it is a death effect because
Okay.
it acts like Finger of Death.
Yeah. Then breath of life isn't going to work either. Then.
It won't?
No, I don't think so because I'm pretty sure. Well,
Huh.
maybe it will. I thought breath of life had
is
a
just
stipulation.
healing. No, it's just HP. It's
Oh,
just a
okay. Well,
big
maybe that would
heal.
work then. I have no idea. I thought it had a thing where it didn't work on death effects, but
Creatures slain by death effects cannot be saved by breath of life. Well, fuck this guy.
I know, right?
Did we knowledge it? Did you guys
Ah,
talk who
it's
do
not my
anything
turn
about?
yet.
I went before him, so probably should have delayed, I guess. But you know, whatever. I already made the decision, so didn't expect to just insta die from it. It's like, I probably could take
this
one
thing tried to
hit.
phantasmal killer me on its first go. Like, it's clearly dangerous.
Phantasmal Killer is a low level spell, though.
I will see what we can do.
Let me see.
Fuck! The party's going on tonight. We can't redo any of our spells. Ugh.
Shit, can I get to 17th level, please?
We should by near the end of this book.
I can heal myself and my ally at the same time. I'm just trying to figure out if I should just not breath of life. Well, yeah, I'd have to touch it to do that. If I should just blast
Oh yeah, hit it with that.
or yeah, I would take attack of opportunities if I try to get close to it. Okay, I'm gonna 5-foot step back, gather power.
Okay.
You said I'm shaken for this round. Um,
Heal spell wouldn't bring Fingrim back, even though he's.
No, that's what I was saying. Like breath of life, normally, like normally I'm at the amount of hit points that breath of life would work, but since it's a death effect, if it counts as a death effect, then it doesn't.
All healing spells can't be used basically. And
I think
we
you
have to
need
do
like
Raisin Dead.
you need the spell resurrection probably, or perhaps it might be one of those things where if you kill it, you bring back the. Then
You
it
do have
releases the
something
soul.
capable of performing resurrection.
yeah, we have that cauldron.
I think I'm just gonna check Scree at it because in the past, incorporeal things seem to be resistant to cold.
Okay.
I'm really wishing
Oh,
I would
that
have
hits.
used Death Ward because I have two prepared, but I didn't think this thing was gonna be that
Be
crazy.
this beefy. I know, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
The
save
book.
it for the party.
If the first part of the book didn't like do much, then this is definitely like it comes out swing. That's some good damage. It takes it.
Does it look like it resists any other than
It looks like it only
incorporealness?
takes a bit of half the damage because of its incorporeal nature,
Okay.
but it does hurt it.
I could try and breath of life it and do like a mass amount of damage, but
You could.
I don't know if I want to get that close. But if it gets closer to me, I might.
Okay. Is Drench gonna do anything, or is that your turn?
Drench is going to retreat behind the building.
Okay. He will do that.
Oh, that's me. Whoops. Yeah,
Cormac, it's your turn.
I'm supposed to be here.
Uh-oh, who'd we lose? Oh, there he is. He's back.
Hello. There we go.
Hi.
For some reason, I couldn't hear anybody. Cormac is going to cast Death Ward on himself after
Okay.
seeing what just happened. And he will. Well, this
Do you-
thing's huge.
Do you want to try to knowledge it, since you probably have knowledge religion?
Yeah. I'll acknowledge it from where he's at. I clicked it, but I don't see it popping up. There it goes.
All right, a 30. All right, that's enough. So this is indeed an undead, and it's incorporeal. It actually has fairly basic defenses and immunities, like its undead traits, and it's got a little bit of channel resistance, and it's incorporeal. You know, it is capable of casting some spells, not too many. You know that when it has a trapped soul, all of its movement speeds double. So it gets super fast.
Jeez.
And yeah, that collect soul thing, yeah, it can do that whenever it hits with its touch.
Jesus Christ.
And anything slain by it is trapped inside of it and cannot be restored to life except by a miracle or wish, so long as this thing is still going.
So that means if we want to bring Fingrim back, we want to kill this thing.
You gotta kill it.
All right. This thing just lost its only means of escape.
Alright, Cormac will relay all the stuff they found out about it, and he is going to stay where he's at. Or no, he'll move up. Where's this thing has how much reach? It's huge, so 15 feet.
Seems like it
I
has
think
15 feet.
I think it technically killed me right here.
Yeah, that's where Fingrim provoked from it.
Cormac will move up to there. And he'll tell the other two to back up. And that's his turn.
Okay, Father Reinhardt.
Let's see. He says, We cannot let this thing escape. And he. Hmm,
You could
Yeah.
technically, you could follow it and then kill it where, like, outside the
We
party.
haven't
It
done
wouldn't make you
that.
very inconspicuous, but
Yeah. And it looks like this thing is incorporeal.
Oh yeah, it's very much incorporeal.
At this point, we can always use the discern location spell to get to the manor. If we need to, we
Yeah.
just kill.
I was hoping to save it for a later time, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Mass Ghostbane Dirge on it.
Try to make it corporeal. All right, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to decide whether or not I want to try to lower its saves first and do it on the next turn, but I don't want anyone to suffer that again, so I'll leave it to the fate.
All right. So it makes a
So-
will save.
Yeah, DC 22.
All right, I'll
Oh.
roll it.
Actually, 23 because it's 5th level. 22, I'm sorry. I have my things all jimmy-jammied. 7
Alright.
plus 5. Yeah, 20.
There's a decent chance this happens. It's not. It's a little bit less than 50-50, but here goes. All right.
Yeah, fuck that thing.
It becomes corporeal, and I guess
I-
technically so does Fingrim's spirit that's inside of it.
Huh. I call out to it like, by Pharasma, you will expunge that soul that is property of the goddess of the grave. And I will move back after talking mad shit to it.
All right.
But I don't think I
It's
can move my
going
token.
to. Oh, you should be able to.
No? I'm clicking on it, but can't move.
Your cursor selected, not a different tool.
Have like the if you have the measuring thing selected, you won't be able to pick it up. Well, where do you want to move? Oh, maybe that has something to do with it. All right, well, it's not going to attack him. Instead, it's going to move 5 feet closer, and it's going to attack Kudu.
Okay. Bring it.
It took some damage from you, so it's gonna try and ghostly touch you. So good luck.
But it's not ghostly anymore.
That's right. It's not an incorporeal touch anymore. It's kind of weird.
still a touch though.
Yeah.
It's still a touch.
So if he wants to pull out a sword and attack me, he could now if he wanted to.
Oh, look at that! It rolls a 1.
That's
That's probably the best roll that could happen.
Well, I mean, I still have like my defenses. So.
Even with the shaken penalty, your fort save is a lot higher than mine too.
I'm not shaken
It was shaken for 1 round.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
guess that
round's
wore off
over.
now,
Yeah,
right?
it wears off
Yeah.
now. Yep. Yep. Pass over Fingrim's turn. Although Fingrim, you do feel like everything's kind of happening. Everything's kind of natural here in your undead state.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
you know there's a party and that many people have been invited and you're dressed for the part, so it's only natural that you go. But there's these other people here that's kind of keeping the coach from going.
Um. so it's corporeal, meaning I can do full damage to it. And did you guys tell her if it
Yep.
had resistances? I heard there wasn't really any. If I was...
No,
But
it doesn't
the-
have any particular resistances other than its undead trait.
Okay. So damn. I can't. Wait, no, I can. I'm gonna 5-foot step. Well, I'm gonna fly like 5-foot step up and back. Like, can I do that like diagonally 1 square? But I'm in the
Yeah.
air. Okay. Because I'm trying to avoid the cover from Cormac here, and I am going to another power to avoid 2 burn, and then I'm going to use one of my stored energy burns to amplify my big gun.
All right,
Oh my god, let's go.
the dual blast. Yep, give it everything you got. They can take the most damage now. 36 hits. Roll the damage. Hey, there he is. He's back.
Finally.
Let me double check something really. It's, oh god, this number, it's so scary.
Well, that's good because what it did to Fingram was pretty scary too.
Yeah, we want to destroy this thing.
and not let it flee. Because even if it when it flees,
I had a
it's gonna
feeling
take
that
us
we were
5
going to
rounds.
use way more resources
Alright,
fighting
half
this
is
thing
cold, half is
than
piercing.
just using the level 8 spell, which is funny because now we're going to do that and use a level 8 spell.
Yeah,
But
oof,
I know.
indeed. Look
Yeah.
at that.
That's a lot
mistakes
of
were
damage.
made.
It has lost a lot of health just off of that.
Boy.
It's heavily damaged. Is that your turn?
Teleport
Yeah.
effect, basically, I guess.
All
Although
right,
then it would
Cormac.
Yeah, but
attack me
the
on
only
his
thing
turn.
is, even if we went to the party, this thing might have showed up eventually, and we might have had to fight it anyways.
That's true.
Or it would have alerted everybody that we're not living or not dead,
Possibly, yeah.
basically. Cormac's gonna 5-foot back, and he's gonna cast pretty much go-to spell. He's gonna cast destruction on this thing.
Remember that it doesn't work on things that are immune to death.
Undead. Fuck. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
But it's
then-
corporeal!
Yeah, you can hit it with disintegrate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you are warded by Death Ward, so if that thing is dealing negative energy, it can't hurt you with that.
yeah, that's the main reason why I did it. He's gonna then he's gonna do a quick and true strike, and then cast
Nice.
disintegrate.
All right.
Hopefully that doesn't disintegrate Fingram's soul.
No, he's inside of the thing. It won't affect him.
Fine.
To get it all worked in again. 'Cause I wasn't preparing
Just
for it.
roll it for me. You got a plus 20 to hit, so it'll probably hit. Just don't roll a
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, you're going after its touch too.
I think the nice thing with the
Plus
Just
plus
silly cauldron.
plus 20. Yeah, I
So
didn't
touch.
put
Okay.
it.
So here comes its fortitude save. And I think it fails.
Haha.
Yeah, it does fail. So it's
So
taking.
roll the damage.
36.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I think that's
Probably
like one of
gonna-
the first things that failed to
Yeah.
save against this. Like I don't get
It'll
this off
probably-
to actually.
Well,
do
yeah,
damage.
this thing has really low saves because it's incorporeal, and you're not supposed to be able to affect it most of the time with things. So if you manage to find a way to do it anyway, then
Yeah, Ghostbane Dirge, it's a really good spell. It's just all or nothing. So like when
Yep.
it does hit, it like vastly simplifies the
I was gonna say, I was like, I bet it's gonna do about almost as much damage as Kudu's blast. It actually did slightly more. Look
slightly
at that,
more. Yeah.
like 2.
All right,
Yeah.
that is actually
A
enough to
30d6. Yeah.
the corporeal undead carriage begins to dissipate. And once it gets to the point where it's like dust, it like becomes ectoplasm again. And there's just Fingrim's soul there, kind of looking.
Oh, poor Fingram. Quickly, let us get the cauldron.
Yep.
It's on Fingram.
Yeah, Cormac will search Fingram's body, or basically just grab it off his back or wherever it is, pull it out, and go use it. I know it takes 10,000. You said for whatever spell, basically.
It takes 10,000 for
Yeah, cast.
resurrection. I can't remember. Is this the you can like you don't? I think like the nice thing with it is that you can use what like you don't have to use. I can't remember. Do you need like
You
specific?
don't have to use anything. It's anything that's worth 10,000
Right.
to be used.
Okay, so yeah, we could put like the long arm bracers and what else do I have in here that I could put in there? The scroll of sunburst that nobody can cast. So it's very valuable though.
Okay, because I
That's
do
10,000
have
right there.
I do have a diamond just for like whenever I do have it prepared. But if you guys have stuff that you'll never use that equates to like pretty much exactly 10,000, if you're
Yeah,
okay with
this-
that, we can use that.
If you guys
Yeah.
use from stuff I have here, the sunburst scroll and the long arm bracers combined for 10,200. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll
So
just
I
grab
have
those.
1,000 diamond dust just in case. So we can use that. What,
Yeah,
5 levels or something.
I have some diamond dust too.
Restoration, yeah.
That's the
if
thing
need-
too. Is
yeah.
the nice thing with resurrection as well is that it only gives you 1 negative level, so you can actually just remove it. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Cormac will grab
But
the
it's-
2 items from Fingram and toss them into the cauldron.
All right. And the only other thing it needs is just some pure water. But thankfully, Kudu is a source of.
Mhm.
Plus, it's a cleric cantrip.
Yep. So you guys fill the water. You put in the things that act as the reagents, and you carry Fingrim's body towards it and place him inside it. And the cauldron does the rest.
Ooh.
Fingrim's soul, for the moment, you are afflicted by the curse of this realm. Everything kind of seems strangely as if it wasn't weird and dead. That this is still a nice, vibrant city even at night. And although your carriage has broken down, you assume that these people are here to escort you to the party.
Yeah. I'm like sitting there tapping my foot, like, what's taking so long?
Yeah. They seem to be an escort service, as they're also carrying someone who's probably very drunk and incapable of
Yeah.
moving. But as the magic of the cauldron activates, your soul suddenly feels itself being pulled back to your body, and you have that conscious moment of dead lucidity where do you want to be returned to.
What if I said no? No, I go back. No, I'm rolling a new character.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
No, this character's gonna go back.
All right, Fingrim, you wake up wet from being inside the cauldron, but you're.
Yeah.
What's weird is you barely remember any of like the being dead part too.
Yeah. I get out of the
Part of
cauldron
the curse, I guess.
shivering. No, you just when you're
That's right.
dead, your soul doesn't remember what it experiences on the other side.
Damn it!
I
Lame.
go over to him to comfort him, just saying, "Welcome back from beyond the veil." Oh, poor Fingram. I'm so sorry that happened.
It's the second time I've experienced something like that.
Oh. Hopefully, the next time it happens, it will be a long time from now, and it will be like a friend's embrace. Whom
This
you
might be a game where I have to like incorporate like raising people gets difficult the more it happens, but it's never been an issue.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other time I died was Breath of Life brought me back. So
Yeah.
Right.
it
I
wasn't.
don't think that happens enough in most of my games I run to matter,
You don't
but I
kill
do
us
kind of
enough?
like that
Oh.
suggestion. Yeah, exactly. I don't kill you guys.
Well, I think our group in particular in this game, we're a little more meticulous about like what we're doing, but we do just kind of go straight through the front doors. We do have a tendency of doing that, but like I don't know. I think we make pretty
We
decent
had no clue that
decisions.
that thing would just instantly kill us. So
Right? Yeah.
that's
we weren't aware
that's
of
one
its
of those
strength
things.
yet.
But you're prepared to deal with it.
Yes.
And you guys dealt with it.
Yeah, and we did use like just a minimum amount of spells. Granted, they were like kind of high powered, and we didn't want to use them like before we even got to the party. But what can you?
Like I need to rest. I can't believe we have to go to this party tonight. Do we?
We need to rest us again.
Well, we haven't rested since.
Yeah, we did.
When
We
did
just
we
rested
rest?
before this fight.
Did we?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
completely
In the haunted
missed that
mansion.
memo. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we were talking about spells we were preparing and all that.
I basically considered you guys having come to Avon Vor around noonish, and I was gonna let you guys do an 8-hour rest there at his manor. And it is currently a couple minutes past 8 o'clock right now, 8 p.m. So you guys have a little less than 4 hours until midnight.
So I have 1 negative level right now as well from resurrection.
I guess I wouldn't have gathered power at all during that and just took the burn.
Maybe.
Okay, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was like partly passing out during the first part of our session.
But
That's okay.
so he
I
has a
have
negative
coffee now.
level. Does anybody remove that with restoration?
Do we have a rod of restoration or anything like that?
Kudu has diamond dust.
I have diamond dust as well, but I don't have a like a. Let me see. Do I have a
I have
scroll
a-
maybe or something?
I do. I have one more scroll that I've been
Okay.
kind of saving, luckily.
Because I mean, we
so
could do
Cormac,
that too. But otherwise, I have diamond
Cormac
dust
will
if somebody has this prepared.
Cormac will pull out the scroll and cast restoration.
Okay, you do that. What do you guys do now? There's no more coach to follow. So how are you gonna get there?
Might just have to use discern location unless we can do it by asking people, but or wandering around. But yeah, otherwise,
Is
yeah,
it-
we're gonna have to use magic.
no
I think discern location would probably be the best bet. I know because it is nighttime right now, so after we do this party, I don't know if we're gonna be doing anything else until the next day, anyways.
Right. The only worry is if we needed it up there. But I mean, if we can't get up there in the first place, then saving is not going to do us any good. So yeah, I mean, unless somebody has any other ideas of how to get up there.
I mean, we're just
Yeah,
looking
I
for
know.
a certain type of building, right?
We could try just
Like,
teleporting there. Like
we could just fly into
but
the air and look
I think
for
I
it.
haven't seen it, so yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, you could fly near.
Another
You
idea
could
is
fly and try
see-
to locate it manually, but that will take some time.
Since time is of the essence,
And I'm not saying you
I'll
can't do
just
it.
use-
I'm just saying that this is how it's gonna happen.
Okay. Did Did Lord Eldarius mention anything about, if it had any prominent features or if it was placed menacingly, like on a cliffside with lightning crashing behind it?
No, he doesn't give any kind of physical descriptions of the man, but it can be found by mundane means. It'll just take time.
Is there a road
Well,
map
we have
anywhere?
4.
Or signs?
Mm. Barring that it takes, like
You could ask
multiple
people,
hours.
Kudu.
Yeah.
She's not the best at talking.
It's so what they said about the night of the bleeding moon. Did Lord Eldarius say like at midnight that's when it begins?
Eldarius said that, yeah, that's when it begins.
So
Is at
for all,
midnight.
so the townsfolk will still, as far as we know, regard us as, one of them or like normal people.
The undead should. The living will be aware of you.
Right. Okay. I tell the others, perhaps we should just ask for directions. And should that fail, then we try to find it through magical means.
Cormac's
Yeah,
good with that.
we can ask around.
Did anybody notice our little scrap with the carriage?
No.
Okay. Are we close to that tavern that we saw the aristocratic ladies go into and Horace come out?
You could be. You have Windwalk.
All right. I tell others. I suggest that we go there since it seems to be a hip happening.
Right, I'll follow you.
All right. I guess if everyone's in agreement.
I'm definitely good.
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll wind walk over there.
Okay.
And alight onto the ground, coalesce in an area that's kind of out of the public, and then walk to the front. Dressed in our party gear.
You do that.
And is there a doorman?
To the pub?
Yeah.
Not outside, but do you go in?
Yes.
All right. You go into the tavern.
All right. I survey my surroundings.
Yeah, I'll survey the
Okay.
surroundings too.
I'll look for. Yeah, if anyone looks like they might be dressed to go to a party. Probably to point out to other people if I see them, because.
So
Not the
the
most-
inside of the tavern smells of wet, moldy wood. And you don't see very many occupants.
Maybe they already left to go to the party.
You do see somebody who appears to be living manning the bar.
Does he have a flaming head?
No?
All right.
Why, what-
I'll approach the bartender, but I'll convey to the party first that that's what I'm planning.
Cormac will
And
follow.
say back me up on All right, I'll approach the bar. Does he look like ghostly or more
No,
skeleton?
they appear to be living.
Oh, all right. I'll bid him good evening in, the traditional Ustalavian way. See if he takes notice of me and us.
He says, "What do you want?"
Oh, we were hoping to have directions to the manner of where this soiree is being.
You want to go to
To
Avark's man.
yes, Elvark's manor. We are hoping for directions.
He says back to you, "You'd have to be crazy to do that."
Well, I've been questioning our sanity recently, and I think that it might be exactly the party that we intend to
Ugh, whatever. Whatever gets you out of here sooner and lets me go.
Yeah, that's the
I'll
right attitude.
He tells you the directions. And he tells you not to come back here. Because he won't be here.
What?
He'll be hiding.
Hiding?
Yes, and I suggest you do the same.
So wait, out of character, that sounds like the living are aware of the moon
They're aware.
phase. Okay. So the undead aren't aware.
Right.
Okay.
Which puts the living in a weird position. It seems like this man has to act like everything is fine. Most of the time.
that sucks for him.
Have you ever considered relocating?
Oh, you're asking the guy.
Mm-mm. No, I was
Okay,
just making a
well.
joke.
Alright. And if that's all you want, he tells you to, yeah, get out.
All right. See any reason not to do what he says?
Cormac tosses him a few coins. All right.
Okay. Let's see. Drew, go ahead and roll me 2d20s.
2d20s.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do it right. I apparently broke it by putting a dash in there. Whatever, that works. We use those ones.
Okay. Going back to the place and getting the information and eventually getting there will take you a total of 34 minutes.
Okay, it's not too bad.
So it's almost 9 o'clock. But I will move
Alright.
you guys there.
It probably took less time than just searching around did.
Well, trying to
Or
just
that's
find the
all.
place could take a while. Although seeking out information also takes a little.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is I'm just trying to reassure myself that, it took less time to do this than flying around.
All right. Ungrid the map. And I'll say that you guys, yes, you find the residence.
I'll have my armor on equipped again.
Okay. So yeah, the manor is a 3-story mansion that, unlike many structures in Carcosa so far, is well maintained. An expansive lawn with a half-circle drive allows coaches to arrive at the front. Behind the property is a stone patio with steps that descend to a fountain and the entrance of a hedge maze. The hedges have grown tall and wild. Ivory encroaches on the patio and fountain where it shouldn't. The southeast corner of the house is a domed ballroom. The home is clearly lit and ready for guests. All right, what do you guys do?
Get that letter out.
All right, you do that.
How many of us here are resistant or immune to cold damage?
I don't know if any of us are.
Kudu?
If anybody would be, it would be Kudu, but I'm not sure.
I'm just waiting for her response.
I have a 5 resistance to cold with my armor on.
I wonder if she's AFK or Discord is funking up.
Huh? What, me? You asked me something?
Yes, I was asking you if you're resistant or immune to cold damage.
No.
Not okay. Then I'll do this between the 4 of us. I tell everyone, since there are ghosts and such inside, it's possible that they might be using spells or effects that deal cold damage. So I'm going to cast this on ourselves in preparation, and I'm going to use communal resist energy for cold damage.
Okay.
Split between us. Is Drench immune or resistant?
Don't think so.
Okay, then I'll give it to all of us, and it'll last an hour because I'm gonna use the meta magic.
All right.
All right, so done with that. So we can proceed with the handing off of the letter.
All right, you do that.
Resist energy, you said?
Resist cold 30.
Yep.
For 1 hour. Do the people at the door give us any guff?
Do you go there?
I guess when he said pull out the letter, I assumed we were already.
I think so. I'm good.
Yeah, heading
Yeah, I'm
towards
good.
the door.
So the double doors to the mansion are open, and all you have to do is step through.
Is there anybody or anything around us?
What do you
Like
mean?
I'm sorry, like visible creatures.
Well, once you go through the doors, there are.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to go through the doors yet because Father Reinhardt is suspicious of these doors, so he's looking over them with his see invisibility, and also he's if there's anybody currently observing them, he won't. But if it looks like nobody is, he wants to try to inspect these doors with detect magic and perception to determine if there's any sort of barriers or anything of ill effect will happen to people passing through this.
Okay. You don't detect anything with see invisibility.
Okay. All right. What about detect magic?
You don't detect magic.
All right. And I guess may I roll a to see if it's trapped or anything
Sure.
to that like?
You don't think you see anything like a trap.
All right. I tell everyone that we can walk on through. Then I vaporize into dust.
All right. You guys enter.
All right.
A semicircle of marbled steps leads up to a pair of polished oak doors left ajar. Just past the front doors, another pair of doors stands to the north and the south, with an alcove just beyond reach. With an alcove just beyond each. A red carpet leads to a large hall. The floor is polished hardwood and the manners appointments are luxuriant. There are two individuals who are present here in the foyer, and they come to you to check your invitation.
Hmm.
We technically only have one, right?
Right. Which I'm guessing you present.
Yeah.
All right. They take it, and one of them notes aloud, "Ah, okay. Well, then I suppose all of you are the lady's guests."
That's right.
Correct.
They put the invitation into their little whatchamacallit, coat, and they ask to take your coats. Now, uh who's dressed in nicer clothing?
I guess I would probably have put on like the nicest like looking
Well, you
thing.
said that you asked Eldarius for something, right?
I did.
Okay, so you have nice clothing. What about you, Cormac?
Cormac had a coat, but he didn't really want to like relinquish his full plate, so
Yeah, he's wearing like a
uh,
big bulky coat over his armor, so he probably doesn't even want
Yeah.
to give it.
yeah,
Well, if you
he'll
don't give them your coat, they're okay with it.
he'll just keep wearing his coat.
But yeah,
What about Fingrim and Kudu?
I had like the I don't know. I was assuming that I think we had some. I don't know if I didn't have it, I would have got the ones from the what's his name, the Ghost Manor. But I think I had
Yeah,
some like
that's
nice
fine.
clothes from before, from when we were in the Knoll City there. So
Okay, yeah.
I
If you're
Just
wearing
wearing
nice
fancy
clothes, that's all I
Yeah.
need to know.
Yeah. Got my
Okay.
fancy clothes on because
so
we
yeah,
have some.
I'd give up my coat though. Cause yeah, I just have my armor and like my handy haversack just like ready to pull out and equip if I need to, because I can do it in like one round.
All right. Yeah, and to anyone who is wearing like a coat or something over armor, they do suggest that you leave your coat with them to be more comfortable, but they don't like press or insist. And yeah, they gesture for you to go east, uh, down the red carpet and into the main hall.
Nice. I take in the sights and the
All right, you
grandeur of
do
the
that.
house.
It's actually pretty nice. It is maintained. And as the description said, there are doors to the north and south, so basically on your left and right. But the carpet is leading east towards the large hall. Is that where you proceed?
Sure.
Sorry, okay. Alright, following the red carpet that runs down the center of this room towards a set of grand staircases that lead upstairs. You see gleaming brass candelabras positioned in corners to provide a festive light, along with a crystal chandelier hung from the ceiling. The dark hardwoods of the floors and doors have recently been polished, and the smell of scented oils lingers lightly in. There are a few creatures in this room. They all appear to be human, although 5 of them look like they're kind of engaged in conversation, and then 2 of them seem to be like servers.
May I sense motive to see if they're all there or under any sort of compulsion?
If you talk to them, sure.
Well, we are supposed to be high society, and high society technically or usually does not talk to the help. But if we're, ever at a point where we're near one of them, but none of the other party goers are, I will try to engage them briefly in conversation just to get a
So you're gonna
sense
talk to one
of
of
their.
the waiters.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask one of them, like, excuse me, where may we find the Lord of the Man?
Okay, they look to you. They approach you slowly, and they kind of like linger looking at you for a little bit, and they say, uh, "Well, guest, I don't know your name, but the Lord should be here soon, actually."
Oh, very good. Let's see. Do I need to engage him a little bit more in conversation?
You can give me a sense motive.
Alrighty. I think just my base should be enough.
You don't think this person's under any kind of magical compulsion,
Okay.
but you do think that they are a little nervous.
Right. Okay.
There's a little bit of nervous energy.
Yeah. All right. I'll thank them and tell them like, oh no, no need to. Did he ask if you wanted to lead us to them?
No, he didn't say he was going to lead you. He just said that the Lord of the Manor should be here shortly.
Ah, oh, okay. I'll just tell him. Very good. Very good.
Okay. As for the rest of you guys, the kind of the group of 5 socialites here, uh, a couple of them start to look at you, and they attempt to get you in their conversation, and they
Okay.
start asking like who you are, what you guys do. They start to socialize with you, and how do you guys respond?
Be courteous and
Yeah, like I'll
respond.
probably be kind of dodgy about telling them too much.
I'll use what I have, read about nobility to try and like engage in the conversation by, talking about nothing at all.
Talk about art, and if I see paintings and stuff, I'll like start talking about those.
Okay.
Some conversation.
Um. Then, along with your verbal roleplay, each of you can make me any kind of charisma-based skill check to show how well you socialize
Ooh.
and keep up appearances.
Any kind of charisma-based check, huh?
Use magic
Yes.
device?
But not charisma check.
Well, I can do intimidate, I guess. It's my best one.
Sure.
I try to look imposing. Get
Yeah.
them to leave me alone. I'm
Well,
rough
maybe not so
dwarf.
much leave me alone, but more like
Don't mess
like
with me.
pop yourself up and yeah,
Sure.
more of make like a spectacle basically.
Yeah.
I'll go for diplomacy because although my UMD is higher, I can't think of a way for that to be logically
But it is a
Ooh.
charisma-based skill.
20 it.
Okay. So let's see. Do I got one for Kudu?
Diplomacy? Oh, yeah, I guess.
You can do
Any
intimidate.
charisma-based skill check.
Can I use my painting roll?
Do you have perform of any kind, or
No.
is it just craft painting?
Yeah.
She can do some techno bab.
There you go. There's
It
my
it is
charisma.
like an art, so I'll take it. They'll probably be interested to hear about like your painting.
I mean, that's the only thing that I can fluently talk about, so that's what she does.
Yeah, I'll take that. What's the bonus?
18.
So 21.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, luckily all of their starting attitudes are indifferent towards you guys, so you all pass the DC 20.
Just barely in my case.
Yeah. So you guys mingle, even though it's awkward. And during your time talking with them, let's see, you guys talk for 12 minutes. During this time, you can tell that the 5 socialites they are vampires. They have the
Oh.
easily catchable teeth.
I hope none of them can smell my garlic.
But they don't seem to treat you any different than they would other.
Strange.
And down the red carpet that leads up towards the stairs is the Lord of the Manor, and everyone kind of acknowledges him and waves to him and thanks him. They say their hellos. And Lord of Arik is a tall, dark-haired man with a neatly trimmed beard, who appears hale and robust. But as with the others, you can tell that when he talks, you see the fangs of a vampire. He is
Just
also
wondering
dressed.
what it's like to get blood all over your beard when you're drinking from somebody's neck.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Oh, must
He
be
is
awful.
also dressed in elegant clothing, and he has an ornamented rapier on one side of his like belt, and a mask hooked on the other. But he greets everyone here. And he goes to you for, and he says, "You are faces I don't recognize, but you are welcome here into my home. Might I know who you are and where you hail from?"
If it's okay, I would like to be the first one to interject so that I can sort
Sure.
of set the tone for how Father Reinhardt thinks everyone should respond. But
Okay.
I guess before I do that, I need to know how Father Reinhardt thinks everyone should respond. And am I able to make some sort of check to see like what would be best, if to try and make it seem like we're natives or actual out of towners?
Sure, you guys can talk about it.
All right, I guess we would have come up with this plan beforehand. Would we want to, pretend that we're like native Ustalavians, or like people that got just like whisked away here? Or how do we want to proceed?
I mean, Fingram's pretty straightforward, so he was probably just gonna left to his own devices. He would just like say the truth, like, "Oh yeah, I come from Tar Cosmuk, and I'm a traveler."
Yeah. Yeah,
But
Father.
I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's best to like pretend that we're from the town, because he's gonna see through that probably. Like, I don't think that's an easy bluff to
Yeah.
make.
Yeah. Plus, Father Reinhardt is pretty awful at bluffing, so on second thought, he might just like keep mum and just wait for someone else to break the.
Anyone else have any thoughts?
Mm-mm.
Cormac?
We could say that we're from Thrushmore. I mean, there is people that have been pulled here from Thrushmore, but
Do we want to though?
yeah, I don't know. What? So he's not supposed to be the one that helps us, the musician that he has trapped, but we know that the guy that we're like finding the sister for kind of told this person to keep the musician in like his dungeon. So maybe like we could say, oh, we can always just say we're guests of the lady, of the chick that we're supposed to be finding.
I suppose.
That's what it said on our invitation, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe we could say we're friends of her father or whatever. But I don't know.
So, what did he ask? So everyone, yeah,
He
we're all
seems
pretty
to
much like not.
acknowledge that he doesn't know who you are. He hasn't seen you before. So he asked you politely who you are and where you're.
We could
Okay.
just say our names, and we could say we're just travelers. We're not from any one place.
Yeah, honesty may be the best policy as far as this goes, but honesty in the sense of, being vague. I guess Father Reinhardt will speak up and say, "The name is Reinhardt, and I'm a traveler, a guest of the."
Okay.
Cormac will kind of say the same thing.
Del Maria.
All right. How about Fingrim and Kudu? Do you guys identify similarly or add anything?
Yeah, I know. I just give us. Sounds like we're just doing the straightforward answers, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just tell him like Fingrim from Tar Cosmuk.
Right. Yeah. Kudo will introduce herself the same, just to avoid anything.
All right. He accepts that, and he says back in reply, "Ah, well, friends of the Lady Delmaria are friends of my own. So, again, you are welcome to my home and to enjoy the party." And to welcome you here, he claps his hands, and one of the servants comes over with glasses of. He extends an offer. He says, "Here, to you and the lady's guests."
I would like to do an alchemy check to determine whether or not that is blood.
Okay.
Uh,
You can check it once you have it. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll take it, but I won't drink it immediately.
Okay, go ahead. You can do an alchemy.
Yeah, I'd probably just kind of swish it around a little bit and eye it suspiciously, but I don't actually have the training for that.
Is this dark colored or what does it look like?
Oh, it's a red wine.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
thick?
But is it actually wine?
If you want to learn anything about it, you either have to taste test it or have a skill like Father Ryan.
What if
Yeah.
we ask about it? Ooh.
You could.
Just straight up ask.
Tell me about this wine Kudu says. I'm curious. Where is it from?
He'll politely give a reply as soon as I give Father Reinhardt. Or actually, no. Maybe he'd reply first. Okay, so he tells you certainly, and he says that this wine we call Ruby Artemisia. It is a vintage grown here, within Avon Vol, and it's made from fruit,
Huh.
as most wine is.
This
Although
is-
this wine comes from a particular kind of tree that produces very healthy, very ruby red fruit. They're like large grapes, and the the wine itself doesn't require too much preparation after that.
You mean to say it requires next to no fermentation?
He says, correct. The tree produces the fruit, and we merely juice it.
That's one hell of a tree.
Quite. So, Father Reinhardt, what you get from your knowledge of is that this definitely seems to have the appearance of red wine. It doesn't look like blood. It's not viscous. But you do think there is something odd about it. Because you believe him. There definitely hasn't been anything like alchemical or close to it done.
Mhm.
Right. He's still suspicious about it, like, because if it's a poison and they're vampires, then, they can drink it to, the end of time. But us, on the other hand, we are squid. So he's just kind of taking that tentative sip to determine, yeah, if it's poison or if there's anything suspicious about. But that's all that I know. What you told.
So you do take a slight taste test of it,
We're scared to drink
and
this guy's wine.
yeah, I know, right? Oh, it doesn't taste like how you think it would taste if it was wine.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, then I don't imbibe anymore. I just kind of like do that little polite taste test sip and
Yeah, it does
just
have an
remote.
off taste. It's not like nauseating, but it does taste a little bit off. Like you could drink the whole thing and you might be fine, but you might experience some sickness quicker than as if you were drinking regular wine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't drink anymore. I just kind of like make a face or the equivalent.
Okay.
And
Does
I do thank
anybody
him.
Okay.
If they drink it, I'll drink it too.
Cormac just holds his. He doesn't really do anything.
I like hold it up, like get a cheers motion or whatever, and
Cheers.
kind of hold it like I'm going to drink it, but kind of just wait for him to wander off and go talk to someone else at the party because I'm sure he has other guests he needs to mingle with.
Okay. And yeah, for anybody who does like drink the wine or throw it down, it it does taste weird. It does taste off. It's not like any kind of sweet. If anything, it's very bitter. But yeah, that's all that happens. It doesn't sicken you or nauseate you or anything.
I still
It
don't trust.
also it doesn't taste like blood or anything irony.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Cricket still doesn't drink it and kind of just holds on to it, and like he might drink it and then kind of waits for an opportunity to kind of set it aside somewhere.
Yeah, we don't really want to get drunk.
No.
Okay.
I'll. Yeah, is he still hanging out with us, or does he seem like he wants to be engaged in more conversation?
Well, he sticks around for like the wine, and he takes a drink of his own cup, even if one of you doesn't.
Oh.
But he says that well, since you are guests of Del Mar, she should be down shortly. At the stroke of 9 o'clock is when she is set to make her debut. Where she is, though, I don't exactly know. She may go to the ballroom to dance, to the dining hall to feast, or maybe she'll join us here when she feels.
Father Reinhardt tries not to wince when he says feast.
All right.
I ask him, from which entryway will she be coming from? Just so that we can see her as soon as so we can catch a glimpse of her as soon as she appears.
He says that if she still hasn't made her way down already, uh, then it'll be from up from where I just came.
Ah,
And he points
very.
towards the stairs.
A grand entrance for her as well. Very good.
And
What
he
time?
says, oh, what was that?
I was just going to ask, what time was it now in game?
It is just about 9 p.m.
Okay, so not really enough time to like try and run up the stairs and try and find her before
I mean, you could
she
try.
comes down.
She might still be there.
Yeah.
He says he doesn't know where exactly she is right now, but she could be. She could be in her room getting ready, or she might already be any one of those places.
So does this gentleman, Lord Elvaric, does he at all seem to acknowledge that we are flesh and blood, that we're human, that we're not
He seems
vampires?
to be treating you like the other vampire socialites do.
Okay. Then okay. Okay, because I'm just trying to think of whether or not it would be suspicious to ask, like, where the bathroom is. Like, if he thinks we're vampires, do vampires actually go to the bathroom, etc. I'm just trying to think of a legitimate excuse to, like, go off into the castle.
Just tell him you're gonna go mingle with some of the guests.
I suppose. But I guess I'll ask him just so that I have an excuse as well. I'll ask him if I need to use the facilities, which way shall I go?
Oh, all right. He says, of course. I will show you. You can find my washroom over here. And he does give you directions to it.
Okay. Is it up the same way that he came?
No, he says there is one for guests here on the base landing.
Ah, nuts. Okay. All right. I'll graciously thank him.
Right.
And
And he bows and says, "Thank you, and I'll bid you adieu for now. Enjoy the party."
we shall. And I tell the others, like, I don't think we're gonna enjoy this party.
It really does remind me a lot of the last strange party like this that I was at.
Oh, well then I can let you take the lead if you have experience with this sort of situation.
Cormac was the one that took the lead of that one.
I believe the I don't know, the last party that I was at, the we were waiting on the lady that we were waiting on turned out to be a spider.
Goodness.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a fun one.
That party.
People in that one, yeah, people were just getting like abducted into the rafters.
Right.
Yeah. But the Lord was very pleased that when his lady, who turned out to be a spider, showed up. He did seem very enamored with her.
Yeah, he was Lord Pietro.
Yeah. And he was like yeah, he was like wanting a gift so he could like they can impress his love with, who turned
Well,
out
he
to
was
be
also asking you guys to break off these promised dances with him.
yeah, because he only
Like, I
wanted
only
to,
want
'cause he
to
didn't
dance
want
with
to.
her.
yeah, he wants to dance with his giant spider waifu.
Yeah.
Cormac danced with the vampire actually.
Yeah, because
That's so good.
there were vampires at that
yeah.
party.
Well, remember what
Was
Mother
he a
Grim
vampire
Moon said to
too?
you guys. No, Pietro wasn't a vampire.
Oh.
Okay,
But
no.
remember what Mother Grim Moon said to you is that all of your dreams are not just merely dreams. That you've done this before in your dreams, and there have been some similarities.
Yeah.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yep, your dreams are prophetic. But alright, so what do you guys do? There are some doors here. I know you can't see them because this
Oh.
is kind of theater of the mind, right?
Yeah, are
But,
there? Is there
I
any
don't
sort of
believe you.
entertainment already happening at the party? Like, is
What's with
there
the
like a music
cultists on the roof?
of some other
Oh,
sort?
yeah, they're just partying.
Okay.
They're
Let's go to the roof
reenacting
and
the
party.
classic play, Cultist
They're
on the
just
Roof.
partying. Yeah, there's a little bit of entertainment here. Some music going on. Probably some of the servers or
Mhm.
the servitors.
No, I'm sure none of them is the musician, who's probably in a dungeon.
They
Supposed to be
don't
locked
look
up,
like
right?
they. Yeah, these guys don't look like they have the title of the musician.
Yeah.
I guess if we're able to sort of like mosey our way away from him, I'll ask the others, like, so the lady that we are trying to, bring back to her father, she's supposed to come down the stairs in just a moment. Do we want to be here for her arrival? Or do we want to try to get away and find Eric Zahn so that we have him and then we present the armadillo to the lady?
I'm not sure. I was trying to think of that too, actually, because
Because if the musician proves to be an ally, it may be best to try and find him first. Because I suspect once Del Maria comes down, if he is some sort of trophy of Lord Elvaric, it is very unlikely that he will let her out of his sight, and any attempt to relieve her of his thrall, it may provoke quite the confrontation.
My instincts tell me we should find the musician. This is on, but I don't have anything tangible for why I believe that's the best course of action, unfortunately.
Instinct, my dear boy, it is a powerful thing, and it may very well be fate. What say you, the rest of you?
Cormorant sounds, or yeah, Cormorant says that sounds like a good idea. At least maybe we could find out where he is. We might not be able to get to him before she comes to the party, but
Mm-hmm.
at
If
least
we
have an
could
idea
find
where.
if we could find a secluded place, I could excuse myself to the facility and cast that spell in the privacy of a privy and find the location of Eric Zahn.
There's also the issue of getting away inconspicuously. It's probably. I'm sure that we're not expected to be able to freely wander
We
this
can go
manor.
invisible, maybe?
I do have the ability. Well, I do have a wand that could make us all invisible at once, as long as we're clustered.
All right. A lot of these creatures here will have ways to detect it, but it's better than nothing.
Agreed. From my knowledge, vampires can typically see invisible creatures, but yes,
Well, there's things other than vampires around here too.
oh, yes. All right. Um, I guess Father Reinhardt. Well, let's see. Is it less or equal to 10 minutes until Del Mario is predicted to?
Within a few minutes.
Okay, then I suppose. Yeah, Father Reinhardt will excuse himself to the bathroom and tell the others to, stay here to keep up the cover and, if anything fishy goes on, to come and get. Or he'll hear the sounds of fighting and he'll try to get here as soon as possible.
I don't think that
All
will
right.
happen, but
All right. Father Reinhardt will excuse himself to the bathroom, unless a Kudu or a Cormac had anything to say to the con.
No.
Cormorant.
What was that, Micah?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Then off Father Reinhardt goes to the bath.
Okay, you do that.
Good luck, sir.
Hopefully there isn't a thing in here like in Reign of Winter.
Yeah. All right, you go in there. It's nice.
Why do I know what you're
All
talking
right.
about?
because you run it, as I don't know.
It's just funny.
Uh,
All right. Then I'll find a stall or, lock the door behind me. And then I'll proceed to the 10-minute casting needed for discern location to find Eric Zahn.
Okay. You
Alright.
do that.
during that 10 minutes, I guess we have to find a way to make ourselves busy. So
Just talk to guests.
All right, you guys can continue to mingle. All right, you cast discern location, and you know where he is. You find him. He's here. He's within Lord of Aric's residence, but he's underground.
Of course.
I'm gonna try to like keep an eye out to see if I see anybody else looking like they're leaving like the main floor
Mm-hmm.
and going into maybe going into other places within the manor.
Okay. Well, it seems like some of them start talking about going to get some more hors d'oeuvres from the dining hall or dancing in the ball. And
Okay.
if you want, you can follow them there.
Yeah, maybe I kind of move around to a few different rooms, but I try not to leave for very long because I know like Reinhard's spell is gonna take like 10 minutes. I don't want to be like not here when he gets back. But yeah, I'll wander around a couple of different rooms and I'll try to see if like it seems like I can sense out like if there's any boundaries where like oh yeah, the guests aren't allowed to go past that point.
Okay. Well, it seems like there is one door. There's one door within the main hall that is locked that nobody goes to.
Okay.
Except you do see like one of the servers. They do go there and they open it up with a key. And
Okay,
it seems like that's where they're getting the wine.
interesting. Okay. I'll plug that away for now. That doesn't mean much to Fingram at the moment.
Yep.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess what do you guys do now? Father Reinhardt, you know where Eric's at.
Yeah, I wait for Father Reinhardt to
Alright.
reconvene with us.
Do I know how to get to there, or should we wait until I get within the proximity of everyone else before that's divulged?
Whatever you want. I will say that you know how to get to him.
Okay, then as soon as I get that knowledge, I'll hurry up uh, back on out to the main area where presumably everyone still is.
Yeah.
Are they all there?
Everybody's in the main hall.
Okay, I'll go over to
I
them.
guess like maybe Fingrim, you've been like you visited the dining hall very quickly, and there are some individuals there talking and maybe in the ballroom there's actually the largest number of guests there
Mm-hmm.
that are dancing and conversing.
We're waiting for her to make her grand entrance. Is that what's happening?
No, I don't think we're planning to. I think we're planning to make a move first.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, we did spend just 10 minutes there, so it could have. I was anticipating that might have happened during that, but
Yeah.
I guess not. So that's good. We
She
still.
arrives fashionably late, huh?
Oh, maybe she does arrive fashionably late. A little bit after 9 p.m. You do see a young woman walking down the stairs.
Is that while Father Reinhardt's gone?
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, then she is there then.
and
But
she is wearing a long flowing turquoise dress, and her hair is like done up in multiple buns and little like I don't know how to explain them. I can show you a picture though.
oh, that'd be
Oh,
nice.
cool. Pictures are nice.
There you go. That's what she looks like.
Ah, I see.
But she matches the description that Eldarius gives you.
Yeah.
And she goes down the stairs, and some of the socialites here do greet, and they start to compliment her on her dress. and she thanks them, and she says that she wants to get right to enjoying the night, and they head to the ballroom with her.
Okay, I don't interject there. I just kind of watch that. Try not to draw attention to myself. It was pretty easy to do when
Okay.
you're Fingram.
As long as you don't go waving around a sword with your beard.
Right, yeah. I mean, Fingram's got 8 charisma. He tends to not stand out very easily.
Fingram the Wallflower.
Yes.
So what do you do?
Yeah, well, when Reinhardt gets back, I'll let him know. I'll be like, I'll say that it seems that our friend's daughter is here in the ballroom now. She's been
Okay.
just while you were gone.
Okay, good. Perhaps with everyone's attention on her, they won't notice us slipping off to find it. You know.
Right, you know where he's at then.
I do, and I know how to get there.
Okay, so Father Reinhardt, your discern
Yes.
location is pointing you in a certain, and although you know that he is located beneath you,
Uh-huh.
your discern location, your magic is telling you to go to this door. And Fingrim, you recognize that as the door to the wine cellar, or
So,
to where they're getting the wine.
which I would have then note like, well, it's locked, but the servants have been going in there to get wine. If we Perhaps if we're invisible, we might be able to slip in with as they go through there, or perhaps we could get the key off of one of them.
Are any of us skilled in such a manner to purloin the key without their notice?
I certainly am not.
What, like disable
Nope.
device or what?
Disable device or sleight of hand to steal the key.
I can
You're
certainly
no,
hide, but that's about it.
you ain't no kitty soft paws, it looks like.
I'm Kitty blow up everything.
All right.
They are
Then-
making The servants are making fairly frequent trips there to refresh supplies, but particularly the wine.
Very well. Well, the spell that this wand that I have, it lasts for a while, so we should be able to hide in confidence until they stop. But we will all need to stay relatively close together as we go through the door.
Well, we need to anyway because they're not going to hold the door for us.
True, but theoretically, they won't lock the door again until they have gotten what they need. So I think that there will be a large enough window while it is unlocked for us to all get in.
Perhaps.
All right. Then let us go to that hallway where the door is, and then once there's nobody watching us, I will make us invisible.
Right. The hall. Isn't the doorway in the main hall there?
It is in the main hall, and there are still people in here.
Right.
Which,
So we'll have to.
We could risk invisibility,
we
but I
turn-
don't know if these guys that are at the party can see invisible things.
Does it look like it's mostly vampires?
the
Or
people in the main hall.
does it seem like it's mostly corporeal creatures?
Yes.
Okay. Then I say, let us try to surreptitiously go to one of the abandoned halls and then make our way along the edge of the wall towards
Right.
the door.
We can turn invisible outside of it and come to the door while invisible. And then I don't know. I mean, it's possible to even if a few people see us.
If we get caught, we can just say we were too drunk and we were gonna go get more wine and we were sneaking there because
Well,
we're invisible.
Also, it
And giggle a
doesn't
lot.
necessarily matter if like a guest sees us. They might not have any reason to care.
To care, yeah.
True.
but it is probably still good to take some precaution and try to avoid try to have a few people as possible see us.
I agree. Tell you what, it might be a bit oh, let's see. How crowded is the floor between like an area where we could theoretically cast it on ourselves without anybody seeing uh, between that area and the door
Well,
with the
anywhere
blind?
in the main hall, you risk someone seeing you.
Right, right. But I don't want to cast it in the main hall. I want to try to do it somewhere more private, like I'll just go to the bathroom that I was just at.
Okay, you could do that.
Okay.
Is how many
Um,
people are gonna go with you, or are you gonna do it like one at a time or something?
we might have to do it in groups just because of the logistics of the spell itself. It might be worth it just to use several charges. So what I'll do is I'll tell everyone, okay, I will use 3 charges of this wand. Let's see how many. All right. Let's see.
I also have a wand of invisibility. It's pretty low caster level, but
Yeah, I'll use my one for each one of us. It might be worth it. So I'll use 4 charges of the invisibility sphere thing, and tell everyone, we'll go one at a time. Uh, does anybody here have the ability to see invisibility?
I already have it cast.
No.
Okay, then we'll split off in 2 groups. Uh, I'll go with Cormac, and Kudu and Fingrim can go together.
All right.
And I'll be able to tell when you go in the door, and we'll come in as soon as we can after you.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. All right. So yep, there goes
It's like a
a couple
heist.
charges.
It's great.
Well, let's see. Since there's going to be 2 groups, I'll use 2 charges of the invisibility sphere.
All right.
All right, and I'll tell the Fingrim and Kudu, you 2 go first.
I'll tell Kudu I'll follow you since I can see you,
Okay. Then I will go first.
and I'll say don't go too fast, but 'cause I know you can move quicker than I can, but
Okay.
and yeah, then we'll set up outside the just while I'm visible, we'll kind of try to stand off to the side, maybe even try to find somewhere inconspicuous to kind of like try to blend in, even if somebody can see us, that hopefully they don't think anything of it, like kind of at the edge of a crowd maybe or something,
All right.
but close to the door. And I'm just gonna be watching the door to see for when a servant opens it to go in.
All right. So all of you are under the effects of invisibility.
Correct.
Invisibility sphere.
Okay. You see one of the servants with empty wine glasses heading towards heading towards the door.
Okay. I'll try to. I'll maybe like tap Kudu on the shoulder and be like, "All right, we're moving."
Okay. I'll lead the way as best as my knowledge leads me.
Yeah, and we'll go over and kind of hang right outside the door and wait to try to slip in as he opens it.
Okay.
And I'll be watching and waiting as well with Cormac.
So all 5 of you are going in at the same time.
Is that what we're doing, or are we just having like me and Kudu slip in, and then we're gonna
Well-
open the door from the other side for you?
Well, we're split into 2 groups to like kind of make it so that we can maneuver a little bit easier, just in case, like
Right.
moving with a whole group of 5. So I mean, it'll be like, bam, bam, like 2 different groups,
Yeah.
or just like a slight.
That's what I was thinking. It seems like me and Kudu are gonna try to slip in like
And then
right
once I've
behind
seen that
then,
you've
perhaps.
succeeded, yeah, we'll be right behind you.
So yeah, just I guess I don't know if Drench is going with us on this too, or if he's hiding out somewhere else.
Hmm.
I think it's just if it'd be just the 3 of us, then for the first go.
Drench might stay safe. Like, is there like a fountain?
There's a toilet.
There actually isn't a fountain here.
Okay. Why you guys can't make him invisible?
No, he could be part of the invisibility sphere. I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, let's have him with her.
Okay.
Okay,
She's
so
Kudu's paranoid. Like she's not like affected paranoid.
so
but
for
she's
the
just paranoid.
invisible people who are attempting to go in when the servant does, I need you to roll me acrobatics because I'm treating this like you're trying to move through a person's without them noticing.
Okay.
You do have bonuses from invisibility.
Yep, I have ranks in acrobatics, so that helps.
You're just trying to beat the servant's CMD plus 5.
Yeah. Well, is this right on here? Just gonna make sure all my stuff's on.
Yeah, I should have space for one more weapon.
Okay, there we go. It's like that number looked too low, and I figured out why it was. Because I didn't have some of my stuff that's supposed to be in the bag of holding in the bag of holding. So it had me listed as encumbered, which is normally doesn't affect anything because I'm wearing heavy armor. That counts as medium armor. Anyway, so there's my acrobatics roll. Not a very good roll, but
Okay.
it is. If it's against a commoner or CMD, it might be fine.
Yeah, I'm also giving you guys a bonus from being invisible. So let me
That
get
was
one from Kudu as well, because I think she's going with you, right?
What, you need a stealth roll?
acrobatics.
No, an acrobatics, because
Oh.
I'm basically treating it as you're trying to move through the servant's square without being noticed. I am giving you a bonus because you're invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually have ranks in it, but not very many. I got like enough to get the bonus for fighting defensively. That was
That's
pretty
always
much
good.
enough. Yeah, well, especially because I actually fight defensive all the time because of crane style.
Okay, so Fingrim, you pass, you get in without any kind of without alert.
Okay.
But Kudo and Drench are a little bit. They're not quite as agile, and you two accidentally bump the person, and they try to catch all of the glassware that they might be dropped.
Oh no.
Does anybody
Not
have mage
everything
hand?
dump
Quick,
that.
help her.
I don't think I have anything that can help with that.
Well, I guess we quickly slide past her and in before all the commotion happens.
Yeah, but it might make it harder for the others to get in here. So
As long as
Yes.
one person's in there, you guys could probably like unlock it from the
Well, we
inside.
still have airwalk too, so we could airwalk invisible. move in there.
Windwalk, yeah, maybe.
That probably should have been what we did. Is cast invisibility sphere and then did airwalk, so we're mist form and we could just move in there without.
as long as you do that too.
So the servant drops some of the wine glasses, and and it does get the attention of some of the socialites in, and the servant is they're basically like they're shivering and nervous, but they try to save face by like bowing deeply and apologizing, and that they'll get this mess cleaned up as soon as.
Oh no, I hope we just didn't get them like first on the appetizer.
So
Mm.
you three are inside of the wine storage room.
Okay.
The servant closes the door and locks it, and you actually see that there's another door,
Oh.
and they open the door, and it's connected to the
Oh, of course.
where there are a
Okay.
few other servants in there, and they go and retrieve a broom and brush, and they start cleaning stuff inside the wine storage room and outside of it. But there are people in here right now. What do you guys do?
I can't just like open the door and from in here without them noticing. Probably it'll be really, or at least it'll be really difficult to. And just wave the others in here. But also time is like still moving, so it's like I don't know if we want to necessarily wait for them to sit there and clean it up.
Let's see. I guess Cormac, he might have like whispered that suggestion. If you did,
Yeah,
Cormac,
yeah.
all right, then I would have been like, yeah, like hand to forehead. Like, of course. Yes, if there's just even the smallest crack, we might be able to slip in there unnoticed. And I tell him, let's attempt to do that. And I guess start spending 5 rounds to turn into a gaseous form.
Okay, you start doing that.
And then once in mist form, I'll tell Cormac to go, and I'll be right behind him, and we'll go like at our 10 feet per round speed while invisible.
Yep.
Okay. So Kudu and Fingram, while you guys are
Mm-hmm.
kind of thinking about what to do and watching some of these servers clean up the broken. Some of them are. One of them is muttering. The one who dropped it. He does seem to be worried. Like, oh man, I gotta go at 10. Like, I can't be here cleaning this up while, before that. But you do see. Well, actually, I think only Fingram does because he has see invisibility, right?
Yep.
You see these invisible gaseous forms of the others showing up through the cracks in the of the door,
Okay.
Okay.
and they have they've gaseous formed through.
That's probably still fine though, how way we did it, because the thing there is it takes them another 5 rounds to turn back out. So if something had gone wrong and there'd been something that attacked us in here, you'd want people not in gaseous form to be able to fight back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're all in there right now.
Yeah.
So what do you
And
guys do?
I'll like whisper to Kudo when they see them come in. They're like, okay, the others are in here now too.
Let's see if I can see, those people, mopping up the shards and stuff. Like I'll, just kind of be wherever Cormac is, and I'll, just staying within his aura of invisibility. And if it looks like he starts recoalescing, I will too.
So yeah,
I'm
Father
good for
Reinhardt,
right now.
your senses and your divination are telling you you're in the right place, but somewhere in here it goes down.
Okay. I'll let's see. Is this like a largest space that we're in right now?
Yeah, this is like a 10 by 20 storage room.
And are the people who are cleaning up the glass there like by the door?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start recoalescing if it seems like Cormac stops, and hopefully, he'll see me recoalescing and do
Yeah.
Okay.
and I'll note, that Fingram is watching me, and I'll motion to Cormac, to like sort of follow me, and I'll start looking around for the area that, the spell was telling me.
You'd have to do it by like touching him or something because he can't see you. Cormac can't, right?
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since he was within the spell, I think he can see me.
Oh, you can
like,
see.
yeah.
People can see themselves within their own invisibility sphere. Okay, I didn't know
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
So me and Kudu would be able to see each other, but Kudu wouldn't be able to see anybody other than me.
Yeah.
correct.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'll motion to Cormac to kind of like follow me around as I look for this hidden entrance.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception if you're looking around.
I'll
And
help
the
look.
person, okay, you go ahead and roll. The person cleaning only spends like about a minute doing this before they go back to the kitchen and they close both of the doors. So there's an undefined amount of time until someone else comes in.
Okay.
Okay, so my perception plus 17. I think I get a bonus on perception to notice unusual stonework, though. So it's a +2 stone cunning if there's unusual stonework. Dang, my perception. I can't even get to 40s. Actually, I can get close. It's a stonework bonus. I can get to 39, so that was a pretty low roll, though. And since I know it's down, I guess I'm looking mostly for like I said, like a trap door or something, probably.
We're searching this room.
Mm-hmm. With perceptions.
Uh,
You can all give me perceptions to check it.
I'll help out with that. Trenches as well.
Yep, no worries. Okay, those are pretty good. Okay. It seems like nobody comes in during this time, and it takes like Kudu and Cormac and Father Reinhardt. It doesn't take you guys very long to find this. You find it fairly quickly. You locate a trap door in the northeastern portion of the room.
Wunderbar. I guess I'll let's see if that looks like there's nobody around. I'll cast detect magic on the trap.
You don't detect magic.
All right. I'll inspect it for traps if that's something that I can do with just a perception roll, because I don't think I need trap finding.
Not if it's a mundane trap, no.
Yeah. All right. May I roll perception to look for traps?
Sure.
Did it register that?
I haven't seen it yet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, that's a pretty poor roll. At least it has a +2 if it's a rune. Wonder if I should take skill focus next level just to get a ridiculous boost.
Boost to what?
Perception?
We don't
Yeah.
need it. Like, I have a plus 27 already. I
I
rolled a
know.
42. Like, if there was a trap, I would have seen it. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
One of those skills, though, that's like having everyone be able to roll on it's really good.
I mean, I guess just for initiative sake.
One, yeah, I mean,
mean,
just in
just like-
general, like
Just to be silly.
having multiple people be able to make the check is good in general, because like if the one person with your really good bonus rolls really low, then you could end up being screwed. But if you have you have a much less chance of having everyone fail if everyone's good at it.
All right, I'm
I
back.
think I had my character that my dude's or Grim, my first character.
All right, so
His
Father Reinhardt, no, you
perception was
don't
bomb.
think you see any traps.
Okay. Then I'll tell the others, like, I think it's clear. And I'll look for if there's a mechanism to lift.
Yep, you can just lift it.
All right, I will do so and tell them to stand back just in case.
You lift it, and there's a shaft with a ladder attached to the descending.
Now, the question is, do we want to do this in style or the mundane way?
I mean, if it's a ladder down, I can already do it with style. I have at will feather fall.
Nice. Yeah, I guess since, well, let's see. We'll have the person who's most well equipped to handle things, like as far as like a melee fight go, and then have you as a backup to go down there with Featherfall to quickly join the fight if it comes.
Okay.
Right, Cormac will go, I guess.
Okay. Is it dark?
Yeah, it's dark.
Shoot,
All
I
right.
can't see.
Shall we risk some light?
If somebody has dark vision, they can lead and we can just follow until we feel we can light the area up. Or if we feel we can do that now.
I think I'll cast light on Cormac so that when he descends he can.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But that is a good suggestion, Kudo.
All right. Cormac will start descending.
Okay. So you all descend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first Cormac, so
Yeah.
that just in case there's something bad.
All right.
What do I see? Or how long does it take?
It doesn't take long to climb down. But you see a darkened chamber with masonry walls and flooring. It's featureless except for two corridors that lead east and south, and a heavy-duty wall-mounted ladder that you are climbing upon.
All right.
It certainly feels like a dungeon.
Yep. He waits for everybody else to get down. He doesn't know what direction he needs to go.
do you call up to us or wave at us, like if we can see you at the base of the ladder?
Yeah, he'll whisper up or wave if anybody can see him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll start
I guess
climbing on down.
do a perception too down there. I guess and make sure that.
Okay.
I'll start climbing on down. And I'll cast light on something that Kuda owns if she's amenable to.
I mean, I'm not holding anything in my hands.
Well, I mean, it could be like an article of clothing or something.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
If you have any shoes, I could give you some light up shoes, like the Nikes.
There we go.
All right.
You're
Yeah, I'll
being
start climbing.
innovative, Father Reinhardt.
I'll start climbing on down too. And yeah, I guess once I get down to the floor, wait for the others and try to sense which way my discern location is telling me, if it is.
Okay. I'm gonna move you guys.
To a dark and spooky place.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you guys see what Cormac did?
I can't see anything. The
you
token's
can't?
not showing.
Yeah, I can only see myself.
Weird. I don't think he's using dynamic lighting, so it should be. I can see fine.
Yeah, I can't see my token either.
Apparently, I'm the only one that can see my token. Try
Well,
alting this.
I can only see myself. I can see
Okay.
myself, but I can't see anything else.
Yeah,
I
That's
can
what I was
see
saying.
me now.
that sounds like it sounds like a dynamic lighting kind of thing, right? But there shouldn't be dynamic lighting because that would be what would happen if you had like no light in dynamic lighting. You'd see your token, but nothing
Can
else.
you see now?
Nope. I can see the room around me, but I can't see any of the other people.
Oh, you can't see our other tokens. Like you can't
Yeah.
see me. Weird, because I can see all you guys fine.
I can move and everything, but I can see like the room. It's just like gray. It doesn't look like as if it's like lit up. It's just like basically
Like
like
it's
a
in a
dark
fog.
gray. Yeah. Well, it's not even foggy. It's just like it's not like how the lighting usually is. It's like a
Huh.
gray.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird because everything looks fine for me. So must be maybe there's a desync.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
There we go. There we go. We're good now.
Okay. All right. So as far as your discern location is going, you know that Eric Zahn is on the same level you're at, but your sense of direction is telling you this way, to the north.
So must be a way to circle around.
Okay. I'll tell the others as much,
I see.
letting them know that either there's a way to go around that way, or there might be something hidden in this wall. Does it look cracked, like I could throw a bomb at?
No.
Do you have a bomb?
You don't know me.
This isn't Zelda. where you throw bombs and break walls down,
It's
and there's
kind
a
of too
secret
bad I don't
passage.
still have that scroll dimension door. I could just give it to you and be like, just dimension door us there. You know where we're going.
Oh shit, man. That would be a crazy combination. Dimension door or teleport plus discern location.
I don't know if teleport works, but dimension door does if you're close enough.
Well, I will still, regardless, I will still inspect that wall just on the off chance that it is concealing something.
Because like, teleport, you have to have like seen where you're teleporting to. But dimension door, yeah, like it just has a pretty short range, but like relatively speaking, but like
Yeah. Can I inspect that wall to the north of?
Sure.
But yeah,
you could do Alright.
dimension door just
I'll
based
look.
off like
I'll look to see if it has any sort of secret path.
direction. We probably have to go around.
Yeah, but just on the off chance, may I roll a perception?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Any does it reveal any secret?
The 33.
2 more if it's like a magical or mundane writing or in the script.
You don't think you locate anything like a secret door.
All right. Then I will tell the others as much that yes, perhaps we must go around, and it looks like that corridor to the east is the most promising thus far. At least it's not going in the opposite direction.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I was reading something else by accident.
Oh, all right.
So you actually do think there is a secret door.
Oh,
There's a door here. And you also find what looks to be a small button somewhere in the wall.
hmm. Am I able to determine whether or not it will kill us if I press?
You're not sure.
All right, I will tell the others that there seems to be something hidden in this wall in the direction that we should be going. It's a button. I should I
Cormac nods.
very well. Prepare yourselves.
Okay.
And as he pushes it, he speaks a prayer to Pharasma and says, "I wish I had augury prepared."
Okay. So you're pushing the button?
And yeah, because I mean, I can't discern if whether or not it's a trap or not, right? I mean, if I can, I'd
Correct.
like to, but all right, then I'll just have to trust in fate. And I push it. And I tell everyone to like spread out as I do so.
Okay.
Once they're all spread out, I will push it.
Yeah, I'll spread out.
Okay. You press the button, and it doesn't seem like anything happens.
Perhaps whatever it did was somewhere else.
Cue the cut to the ballroom upstairs, and they're just all on fire.
Brah, 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 brah.
Oh God, yeah. Secret alarm pressed.
Whoops.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
All right. Well,
Just floods the chamber on the other side of that wall.
Yeah, I mean, I could have spent 10 minutes to cast divination to determine whether or not I should press a button on the wall, but yeah.
Nah, it's all good. Cormac
Right.
says maybe we should just move down the hall and see if it wraps around.
I agree.
I'll
It's
follow.
kind of anticlimactic. And yeah, I guess we'll continue eastward. And I guess marching order as such. For some reason,
Okay.
I can't move my token.
Huh.
Again?
Can you not select it?
No, I can't. Because I kind of like to be side by side for the most part with Kudu, but
Okay. How about now?
no, but that's okay. I'll just click to where I want to move, like with a little ping.
It's weird. Hmm.
Yeah, that is strange. All right. Yeah, I guess just keeping my eyes and ears open as we progress. Oh boy.
Okay, so let's see this room. All right, rows of wooden pews are angled towards the curved far end of this small chapel. Identical statues of a fanged female figure with bat wings stand to either side of a small altar. Mounted to the wall behind the altar is a wooden statue of a ghostly figure in tattered robes with its arms crossed.
Hmm.
The craftsmanship is superb, with gold leaf applied to the statue's robe. A faint coppery odor lingers in the air, and offerings have been left on the altar to honor the robed figure.
Father Reinhardt shivers and says, I recognize that smell. At least I think I do.
Cormac's gonna try to knowledge religion.
Likewise. May I roll a knowledge? Well, I probably won't need to. That was a pretty good roll.
A knowledge religion.
Yeah, but I'll let Cormac.
You do know that this is indeed like some kind of chapel or shrine, and that altar over there does seem to be in a devoted to some kind of deific figure. You think that this is whatchamacallit? This hooded robed figure is the king in yellow.
Oh.
Hmm.
This is a chapel to a great old one.
So he has like
Great.
bat wings? Or is the female statue not who were. Was it a female
Oh,
statue?
it says identical statues of a fanged female figure with bat wings stand to either side of a small altar,
Oh, okay.
which
So
is over here.
The figures Do those resemble anything in particular that I would know?
Like a succubi, maybe.
Yeah. If it's important.
Sure, you can go ahead and roll me knowledge, plane.
Oof, that was a bad one.
You're not sure, it seems to be something demonic.
Alrighty. He does not like it.
Oof.
Yep, same conclusion. Seems like something demonic.
It's a mystery.
So not quite Great Old One, but something else. The only other things you guys notice is that on the altar itself, in plain sight, there is a rapier laid upon the altar. Oh, as well as a white gold ring studded with diamonds
Hmm.
that are both on the altar. Oh, as well as a necklace made of yellow beryl gemstones and a silk purse sewn with pearls.
Such valuable items on
So
this altar.
there's some wealth on the altar.
I'll tell the others, like, be careful. Do not be tempted to immediately grab those gems. They may be under the watchful eye of some unseen presence.
Could
And
be cursed too.
he'll precisely. Father Reinhardt will start to go into the room, just kind of looking around to see if there's any sort of egress or exit from this area besides where we are currently.
If there's what?
Any sort of other exit or entrance into this hallowed.
Okay. Well, you take a look around, and it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it. It seems like the way you guys
Uh,
came is the only way in.
All right, detect magic towards the statue and the items thereon, laying at
Okay.
its feet.
You do detect some magic.
All right, I'll wait the appropriate amount of time to like hone in on the source.
Okay. You detect magic coming from from the uh from the statue, although not like upon the statue in general. Like there's magic somewhere on the statue. It's like a
Okay,
small specific part of it. And then you also detect two auras of magic on the altar. Uh, there's two auras on the rapier.
okay. Then I guess I'll go over there carefully. I mean, for what good that'll do me. And tell the others, like, I'm going to, I do sense some magic coming from over here. I'm going to carefully inspect it and try to figure out the source. These items could come in handy.
All right, if you think you can be careful.
I always try to, but goddess knows that's often not enough. And I'll start making my way forward.
Okay, you do that.
Watch hesitantly. I'll get a little closer.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go to try and get a good look at where this aura of magic is coming from on the statue itself.
And I'll stand
Okay.
near the back here, keeping an eye on the hall behind us here too, back towards that trap door as well.
And like if it's possible, to if there's any sort of magical trap that's, set off by something breaking off its perimeter. I don't know what sort of measures I can take to prevent that, but if it's something that I would like to do.
What was that?
I guess I'm just being careful, being wary of any possible magical traps by just simply approaching it, but I don't think I have any preventative measures, so I'm just walking up to the statue, holding
Okay,
my holy symbol.
you do that. You're at the statue.
All right, I'd try to inspect it and see what's the magic going on with it.
You can give me perception, because, like I said, the source of magic, it's on the statue somewhere. It's a small thing.
All right. That's my perception.
Mm.
Drew had a character named Cal that was good at disabling device from a distance and like figuring out stuff from a distance.
Okay. You locate it.
All right.
So like, kind of tucked between the robed statue's like hand, there seems to be some kind of symbol there, like a
Oh
glyph.
boy. I'll squinch my eyes and chance looking at it, just on the off chance that it's the same symbol that the pallid mask had. In
It's
fact,
kind of hard to get at
yeah.
because of this stone statue's arms are pretty much, like I said, folded on each other, and it's kind of
Does it seem like this, upon closer inspection, does it seem like this statue is, mechanical or has any moving joints?
you don't see any.
Okay. I tell Fingram, try pushing the button again.
All right. I walk over and push the button. It was over here, right? Where was it? I
On the
walk
north
over
wall.
where it was. It was on the north wall. I walk up to here and push.
Okay, you push the button. Nothing seems to happen.
All right, nothing happened. Push it again, just in case.
I push it a second time.
And then come back here.
Okay. Fingram, give me a will save.
I will say. Oops. Where are you at, Hero Lab? There. I'll just roll it flat here. But I do get some modifiers. +2 if it's charm or compulsion. +4 if it's yeah, +2 is what the net is on that if it's a fear effect as well.
It's just necromancy.
Okay. Nice. My rolls
Ugh.
continue.
Okay.
Kudu doesn't know what to do. What do I do?
You can bring out the cauldron.
Eh?
Actually, the cauldron doesn't work anymore for until tomorrow. It
It's
has
a once per
one-
day use.
Once per day.
Ah, shit.
Okay. So Fingram presses the button, but nothing happens.
All right. I go back with my newly acquired curse or whatever I have.
Mhm.
That
I
I don't
tell
know
the
I
others.
have.
Well, Fingram has actually acquired a new spell, and
Oh.
he's gonna start casting it.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
okay.
Is this something that is within the visibility of everyone here?
Yes,
Uh, am I able to
but I
spellcraft it?
need Father Reinhardt to give me a will save.
Will
And yeah,
do.
you can spellcraft it.
We're like, hey, buddy, what you doing? Oh my god!
Okay. I guess only Reinhardt knows what he's casting.
And this is the
Ooh.
+1 for Hero's Feast, and it's an additional +4 if it's a fear or poison effect.
It
Or-
is neither of those.
All right, let me just double check what spells I have on my person. Okay, all right, cool. Well, I do have resist energy cold. Let's see if
So
that.
what's the total? And does
My
Charmed
total's-
Compulsion give you anything additional?
Um, I have a 25 total, and and Hero's Feast, I believe. Let me check.
Wait, is this a charm or compulsion effect? So I do have another thing that applies on that.
Against
If I
your
fail-
save?
If I fail such a save, I receive. Oh yeah, if mine might not be. I guess it could be something.
Yours wasn't. Yours was just
Nah.
necromancy.
I don't think I
Alright.
have anything else unless it's like a symbol or something. Then I'll get an additional +2. So that would be like a 27 if that was the case, but 25 otherwise.
Oh, okay.
I've already used my improved Iron Will for the.
Well, it was a low roll, but you do have a pretty high whatchamacallit save.
Bonus.
Yeah. I was reading something else too. I thought you had failed it, but no, you actually did.
So you needed a 1 to fail, basically.
I was like I thought I was reading a 26 here for something, but it wasn't that.
Oh, phew.
But you identify Fingram casting dominate
Oh boy.
and Fingram you after you pushed the button you felt something shunt your consciousness, and it's like you're kind of watching through a
okay, it's like
lens, and
magic
something
mirror.
else is controlling your body. You feel another presence inhabiting you, and it's walking over and casting dominate on Father Reinhardt. But he succeeds. But we're gonna have to take this to initiatives next week
Mm,
and resolve
yeah,
this.
it is.
But there is a only Fingrim knows right now that he is not in control of himself.
Well, I mean, anybody
Okay.
else would be able to tell with a sense motive that it's not Fingrim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Father Reinhardt probably just has the natural amount of sense motive to know that he doesn't seem to be acting in his right mind.
Yeah, my base bonus for that is 25.
Yeah, my sense motive's like a 5.
All right, but yeah, we're gonna wrap up for right now, and I'll give
Alright.
you guys some experience.
Alrighty.
Basically, for defeating the coach.
Yeah.
Let's see, that thing was CR 15.
Let me get the journal open.
Poor Fingrim, he was the punching bag. This
No, I know. Well, my saves were off or garbage too this this session.
Yeah.
All right, so
Might have to
it's
start
kind of a
preparing
low
a
amount
death
here.
ward for everybody.
All right, so it's 9,600 experience each, which is kind of low. But it's, I think I'm only giving
9,600.
you, yeah, I think I'm only
Aw.
giving you experience, yeah, for the code. Nothing else here was, you haven't gotten experience from
Haven't
anything else yet.
concluded yet.
Yeah, it's one of those where we'll get it. It'll all be
But the manor and stuff like this party and whatever you do with the girl and this dungeon here is going to be worth more experience.
Okay. Sweet. I'm feeling a little better, but still
All I
tired.
know is if we need to run, Cormac has a earthquake. He's like, if we get outside, he's gonna earthquake the whole banner to the ground.
Collapse it? What if it turns into a ghost house?
It already kind of is a ghost house.
I guess
With
that's
all freaking undead in there.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, I'm gonna hop off. I'll talk to you guys next week.
yeah.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
I'll be here
Bye.
to not actually do anything because I'll be